Welcome to a special edition of the Sports Lounge, a NFL Draft edition. We'll be here for hours on end. I'm Travis Kriens, the dark-faced man you see right there.
Our lighting's bad right here.
He's Nathan Stacken. We went all out for production for this, as you can see. Marcus Traxler will be joining the program here in about 10 minutes. Charlie Hildebrand manning the desk in the Sioux City Bureau, and we sent David Schottenkirk all the way to Jacksonville to see what the Jaguars are going to do, because I think it's fairly clear, as we're about 5 minutes left on the clock here with Houston, that they're going to take Jadeveon Clowney, and with the second pick, the Rams are going to take Greg Robinson, and then the third pick really comes down to Sammy Watkins or Khalil Mack. Maybe Johnny Manziel's a surprise there, but really I think it comes down to one of those two guys. Do you see
Bortles?
No Blake Bortles. Do you see the first two picks? I think it's pretty certain, and we're going to be waiting around for the next 20 minutes here before Jacksonville gets going until something really piques my interest.
I think that the only possible choice for the Texans is either Manziel or Clowney. I think the only reason why they're going to take as much time on the clock as they can is because they're trying to pique interest in a trade, but ultimately it will be Clowney.
Let's see, if you haven't made a trade now, I'm not going to make a trade.
Did you see draft day?
Nope.
Kevin Costner was able to pull off a wicked trade with the Seahawks.
Jason Lockham for CBS Sports. He is tweeting during it, giving spoilers, showing what's happening. ESPN and the NFL Network not going to do it again this year. So
I'm going to Twitter.
So what now?
That's why I'm avoiding Twitter.
I am on Twitter. I got Twitter on the right side, the video on the left side. I want to know what's going to happen here. In years past, I probably would have been pissed off, but right now, let me know what the hell's going to happen. Report, do your job. Obviously, for ESPN and the NFL Network, this is a television show. That's really all it is. So do some reporting. Let me know what's going to happen. And obviously, they're not going to do a whole lot of that besides trades. So if I know, obviously, Connie's going one here. And so if I know, if he's going to tell me, well, Jacksonville's picking Watkins at 3, and I know that 5 minutes before it actually comes up on the screen, that's okay with me now. A couple of years ago, probably not okay, but right now, let me know what's going on.
It's okay, but one of the reasons why you watch the draft is for the suspense. And if you find out who they're taking before, it's just like, well, why even watch?
Yes, I'm not the NFL has pissed me off to no end the last couple of years, and I'm pretty sick of it. We don't talk any NFL during the off season besides this, where we'll spend a couple hours talking about it. But then once this is over, I'm sure we'll talk about it on Sunday. What we liked, what we didn't, who went where, who was a surprise. But then after that, I don't think there's really any need to talk football for the next 2.5 months. So I know as exciting as the mini camps next week are, I'll refrain from talking about that. But
just think on Memorial Day next year we'll be talking about the draft.
No, I mean, I guess that was a bit of an overblown story too. It's 2 weeks later. I don't care. It's another 2 weeks. Oh well. I mean, that's what the NFL does. They push the season back. They push the Super Bowl back now into February. I mean, this draft thing is going to go on the road pretty soon. It's going to go to different places, and it's going to be a big deal. And you had the 7-hour pregame show, which I don't remember ever happening before, and I didn't watch any of it on the NFL Network and ESPN all day. I'm sure it had stuff. It's just too much. I mean, it's going to get to an end here. I don't know. It's gotten to an end with me where I don't care, obviously, anymore. But people are watching this stuff, and I really don't know what they're watching. I don't know what today, like you watch it today, I don't know what you learned if you watched it today, because there's a lot of, every angle has literally been talked about, and Manziel's been talked about going everywhere every team, every mock draft I've ever seen, 1 through 8, he's gone every spot 1 through 8 except 6 to Atlanta. So just, I mean, the thing that I enjoyed the most a couple days ago was Chris Mortensen saying Manziel will not fall below 4 with the Browns, and then Jake Glazer coming out the next day or a couple hours later saying, in fact, Manziel will not go to Cleveland and he will not go to Oakland. I'm more apt to believe Jay Glazer. And then Chris Mortensen retracts his statement. ESPN deletes the tweet like it never happened. Well, if that's what your sources told you and that's what you believe, then stick with that. And apparently Jay Glazer is going to be right here. We'll see in an hour.
I got to admit, I'm not a huge fan of Jay Glazer. I would like to share this tweet, though, from Sully #BTHO Finals. He said, breaking, the Texans have selected, their pick has been intercepted in return for a touchdown. That is classic.
Disappointing.
I like that a lot.
I would go, I've been a big Johnny Manziel supporter for a long time, and I would go Johnny Manziel here if it was my decision, but it's not my decision. Against, Ryan Fitzpatrick is their guy. Whoever they select in the second or third round for quarterback is a backup guy. I don't think the quarterback class is very strong this year outside the top guy as the pick is in.
You know how much it would energize the Texans fan base if they took Johnny Manziel, hometown guy, right there.
Yeah. And Clowney crying like a son of a gun. And the NFL Network is about 5 to 7 seconds ahead for whatever reason on my feed here. They're ahead of ESPN's coverage.
And it is official. Clowney is the Texan.
For whatever that's worth. The guy that well over a year ago expected to be the number 1 pick, and then we had to go through the junk the entire year of him not carrying and taking plays off and whatever garbage. Didn't have nearly the production he had 2 years ago, where he only had 3.5 sacks, 3 sacks this past year. But he was the number 1 pick, and it was, if he would have came out a year ago, he probably would have been the number 1 pick as well.
Yeah, and I think you saw his production this year somewhat taper off because he didn't want to get injured and risk losing millions of dollars. But he was also double, triple, sometimes quadruple teamed. I mean, after the season he had last year, he is without a doubt a once-in-a-decade prospect. They're already comparing him to Bruce Smith, so take it for what it's worth. This is a great pick, and pairing him alongside J.J. Watt, scary for the Texans' defense.
Hopefully my computer does not shut down, so hopefully that'll be good, and that won't happen. Rams at 2, expected to take the tackle, Greg Robinson from Auburn or Jake Matthews from A&M. Robinson's been the guy I've seen all around that he's the guy, but I think you like Jake Matthews more.
Oh, I like Matthews. I think he's the best lineman in the draft. I think the only reason that Robinson's flying with the boards is he might be slightly more athletic, but you have a father who played in the NFL for as many years as Bruce Matthews did, Jake Matthews' father, and 15-time Pro Bowler, Pryor Hall of Famer. It's the pedigree. He's without a doubt, I think, the best lineman in the draft, and ultimately, I think he will have the best career out of anyone in this draft.
What is his relationship with Clay Matthews? They cousins, or what is that?
Cousins or brother?
They're brothers.
Are they brothers? They're related somehow. Brothers or cousins. In West Virginia, it's all the same thing.
Wow. Look at this guy. Jacksonville, what do you expect Jacksonville to do? I think what the mock drafts that I've seen, Mack is the guy, but I think Mack, I don't think he's going to be worth a damn, and I think Watkins is going to be pretty goddamn good, so I would take him.
You can go one of 2 ways here, actually one of 3. You could take a quarterback who could help jump your offense, Bortles or Manziel. Watkins would be a good pick here as well, especially if Blackman's going to be suspended. The Jaguars' offense wasn't that good last year. I do like the addition of Toby Gerhart, and I'm saying that with a straight face.
He's a solid running back.
But when you only have 52 sacks the last 2 years, least amount of sacks in the league, you need to get some pressure on the quarterback, and Khalil Mack can do that. Now, we kind of are leaning towards him possibly being a bust, but for Jacksonville, I think they have to go with Mack.
Okay.
In part because I want Watkins to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. That would be a really good get for Cleveland there, having Sammy Watkins with Josh Gordon pick the quarterback with their second pick they got from the Colts in the Trent Richardson trade. The Browns are familiar with this situation of having 2 first-round picks. What was it, Richardson and Whedon a couple years ago, and neither are on the team. Neither have been very good.
Thank you, Brandin.
So, yeah, Mike Holmgren really screwed that up there. Should I expect anything different from this year's draft? They're going to take a crappy quarterback like a Carr late in the first round. Maybe they take Teddy Bridgewater, and maybe whoever they take with their 4th pick. Do you expect better things from this year than in the draft a couple years ago?
I think they do have the pieces in place. It started out with what Holmgren did, but they have a good offensive tackle in Joe Thomas. Of course, Josh Gordon is phenomenal. Their defense is great. They just need a few more pieces, I think, to really compete in the AFC North. They got Ben Tate from the Houston Texans in the offseason, so I think that they could be the storyline of the draft if they hit home runs on both. And I actually expect the Browns to do something smart tonight.
Jason Lock in 4. He's getting his picks in with about 5 minutes left on the clock. I won't. It's Greg Robinson, but I won't spoil the big ones because obviously this is what we've expected the first 2.
I would appreciate that.
Huh?
I would appreciate it if you don't spoil them.
Because you said you don't want to be.
And I am on Twitter right now, but I am not looking for the.
And I did not follow this guy before. Obviously, I was aware of him, but I did not follow him before. But I followed him today specifically for this here. So this will be interesting as we go through. Me knowing what's going to happen, and you.
Some reaction.
Not knowing. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Some reaction to the Clowney pick. Skip Bayless, our good friend, says that the Texans just basically chose Bill O'Brien over Johnny Manziel. Johnny never was O'Brien's kind of quarterback or guy. O'Brien better be great. Now I tend to, because when Bill O'Brien was hired, he did a good job at Penn State. He was a fine coordinator for New England for a while, but I don't think it was necessarily the head coaching pick that Texans fans were hoping for. You'd much rather have Johnny Manziel over Bill O'Brien, so he better do some miraculous things for the Texans organization and do it quickly.
That J.J. Watt-Clowney combination, that's the potential's there.
Yes.
2 years ago, J.J. Watt, tremendous. Last year, equally as tremendous, but because they won 2 games, did not get the publicity that he did. But if you look at the numbers, as I plug again, I'm sure this won't be the first time we'll say it, but the guys Pro Football Focus website, they track it, and they said he was as good as he was the year before.
Yeah, I think they have a great pairing now. You said Ryan Fitzpatrick is there? I guess I didn't even know that. I was thinking just it's Case.
Yeah, I think Fitzpatrick's their guy to start.
You wouldn't keep Keenum as a starter?
I'd give it to Fitzpatrick right away, and see what you got there. But if those are your options, that's why I would have taken Johnny Manziel. But I think. And
they do have offensive pieces and weapons in place. Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, who's the DeAndre Hopkins that they got from Clemson last year.
Oh, who? From where?
Guy. Clemson.
What? The hometown team.
So, I think they definitely have pieces in place. It's more kind of at that quarterback position, and Manziel would have been a tremendous fit for them. But then again, how do you pass up on a prospect like Clowney?
And it's very frustrating when they say that the pick is in and they're still talking. The Rams pick of Robinson is official, is what it says here, and Jacksonville is officially on the clock. But if you look at the screen, that's not the case. So this really does indicate to me this is no more than a television show. This is done right. This is done. Get the pick up there. This doesn't need to take 4 hours. This can take 2-3 hours. This does not need to take this long. Pick is in. Get it up there. Get the thing going. I know they've gone from 15 to 10 minutes. Great improvement, but unnecessary. Very unnecessary. Do you agree? If the pick is in, should they not just say it instead of flapping their gums for an extra 5 minutes? Jason Watkins about 5 minutes out of the picks here, and Nathan Stack, and we've been frozen here. So I'm all alone here, Nathan Stack, and see if you can reconnect. I don't know if it's on his end or my end. So we'll see. This is really when it comes down to Jacksonville at number 3. Khalil Mack has been the guy that most people think they're going to pick, the linebacker from Buffalo. But when it comes to Jacksonville, I really like Sammy Watkins, the wide receiver from Clemson. And Justin Blackman, selected him a couple of years ago from Oklahoma State. A decent player, but off-the-field issues, suspensions. So that's a problem, and he's not expected to play for some time. They got Cecil Shorts, a decent receiver. I don't know if he's a number 1 type guy. Watkins, I believe, is a number 1 type guy. So I would go with him personally. Johnny Manziel, every team I think should pick Johnny Manziel here if you need a quarterback in the top 10, and Jacksonville definitely needs a quarterback. Blaine Gabbert went a couple years ago in that great quarterback draft with the likes of Ponder and Locker. We're back, Stack, and what happened? We're back.
I don't know. The bad internet connection. So I think we're good. I thought you got lost, but it turns out I got lost.
Marcus Straxler, you're running a little late. So hopefully he's here by 8. I was just saying, I would take Manziel. Every team that needs a quarterback, I would take Manziel. And I would take Watkins over Mack, and I would take Manziel over all of them. And you need that quarterback. Gabbert's in San Francisco now as a backup. Chad Henne's their guy. We know what Chad Henne is. He's been around long enough. But then something that we've discussed is if you take Watkins, is Chad Henne good enough to get him involved and to be a playmaker?
Well, you could take a look at it a couple of ways. This is a very deep class for wide receivers, so taking Watkins does make sense, but you don't necessarily have to. Quarterback, there's going to be plenty of good ones available early in the second round. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I disagree with that statement.
Well, unfortunately, there are going to be teams that will take these guys in the second round. So they will
straight up back in the first round too. Yeah.
They will have their picks. If Khalil Mack is the best, if he was rivaling Clowney for best defensive player in this draft, he's going to be a difficult prospect to pass up.
Jason Locken 4, I will not spoil this for you, but a very interesting, this will surprise you. If this guy's picked, he says that blank could be the pick for the Jags, and if this is true, this is really the first wild card. Do you even want me to say this to you?
Oh, man.
Or is this, this?
It's Eric Ebron from North Carolina.
Boy, if he makes it out of the top 15, I'll be surprised. I think he goes top 15. So I don't think you're too far off putting him at 6 or putting him at 10. I would not agree with this pick considering the couple other guys that we've mentioned.
If it's Blake Bortles, I can kind of see it coming with him being at Central Florida. It's very close. The guy.
But is he any good? Is he any good?
Yeah, I don't
think he's any good.
Baylor.
Well, yeah, the first half of that game, he was very bad. Second half was tremendous. So, do you want me to tell you what the guy who it is, or do you want me to suspense? You want the suspense?
I would like the suspense, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned what you wanted to get 5 right, 7 right, 8 right. I mean, I'm hoping. We've got the first 2 right here. I'm hoping for
Yes,
one
we
or
did.
two. I'm hoping for 1 or 2 more. If the Vikings stick at 8, Errol Donald, that
I'm
may be the guy. But yeah, this is really the first real big surprise. And honestly, if people, we have 1 viewer here, so that's great. But honestly, if people want to know what's going to happen, they should watch this show right now because we're a good 5 minutes ahead of what's on the TV.
Yes, absolutely. But again, that would spoil it for everyone.
But you are here, so we can't. I'm not really. I'm not really listening to the TV here. It's on. I can hear it slightly, so I don't know. I don't care what they're saying. So, but I got it on ESPN here, and they got a tweet. You want to read that tweet for me?
On where?
On ESPN, had a tweet that.
I'm guessing it's Bortles.
I'm really interested. I know what the pick is, and then I'm seeing how ESPN covers it now. And if you read that tweet, it was a tweet from some random fan or some random guy.
I saw it.
And what did it say?
It said Blake Bortles.
It didn't say Blake Bortles. It said, should Jacksonville pick a quarterback here?
Oh, we're talking ESPN's. I'm sorry, I was looking at a.
No, there was a tweet on ESPN on the broadcast. So I find that interesting how they, they're not going to spoil the pick, but they're going to give you hints like that, saying should Jacksonville pick a quarterback. So that gets you going. Oh, are they going to pick a quarterback here? Now, if this is a quarterback, let's go to Cleveland. I mean, Watkins. If Watkins is there, I mean,
you have to take him.
I mean that, and then Mack goes. Mack is still there. Could you see him going 8 to Minnesota? Could you see him falling?
Manziel?
Khalil Mack. Mack.
Yes, I could.
I don't necessarily.
I can't. He won't fall past 6 to Atlanta.
I don't necessarily like. I don't know if I like Khalil Mack all that much. So, have you?
Yeah. They just announced it. This is the wild card pick. Blake Bortles is a Jacksonville Jaguar.
Stunned.
He's a the UCF. He's local. It's very close to Jacksonville from Orlando. You know what? Shahid Khan and his mustache have clearly had something up their sleeves. Here they were just impressed this last couple of days looking at these big scoreboards. They want a big guy to show and shine bright on there. I guess Blake Bortles is the guy.
That's a poor pick, boys. This guy, I mean,
he's better than Blaine Gabbert.
I'll say.
And I are better than Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert's very bad. He won't do a whole lot better than Blaine Gabbert.
Are they booing right now at the Jacksonville draft?
I'm impressed at how they have the jerseys ready. I'm sure it's just like a Velcro situation. They got all I mean, you got to have tons of names out there.
Well, that maybe that's why it takes so long to announce the picks because the people have to sew them on the jersey.
Get it done.
Grandma would be very good at this job. She's just good to sew names on the jerseys.
Your grandmother.
Yes. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Sewing those names right on there.
I like it.
It's probably computerized now these days. Say my roommates. You know what?
It's a hologram. You can't even tell it's a hologram. So, a very poor pick. Blake Bortles, I don't believe, is going to be very good. And this is a good example if you can take your mock drafts and shove them where the sun don't shine.
Shove it up your ass.
Whoa. Because I don't think many people had Mr. Bortles at 3.
But it's not. It's honestly not a huge surprise to me. We knew that there are a lot of teams were putting Bortles as the top quarterback in the class above Manziel because of his skill set. He's a little taller. This isn't a complete shock to me, I'll be honest, but now I think we are going to see 3 or 4 quarterbacks get taken in the first round for sure. I think Arizona now is a big spot for Teddy Bridgewater. And at 26, I think Derek Carr is going to go to the Cleveland Browns. It's just a matter of where Man will go, whether that is 8 to the Vikings or 16 to the Cowboys.
We have a trade, gentlemen. Cleveland has traded. We don't know who it is here on the NFL Network. We're watching it. Who do you think's trading up here? The 4.
The Bills are going to take the hometown kid, Mack.
Buffalo Bills have traded up.
Well, you know what? That's Watkins. They have to take Watkins here, don't they?
E.J. Manuel, quarterback selected last year. A surprise that he was taken as the first quarterback in the middle of the first round. Played decent at times. We got 2 viewers. We're breaking records all across the world. Oh, now we're down to 1. I'm sorry. Yeah, is Watkins the guy here?
Has to be. Again, you could see Jake Matthews be a pick here. Khalil Mack went to the University of Buffalo. You know, the hometown connection, clearly. Blake Bortles, a short drive up from Central Florida, from Orlando to Jacksonville. Maybe they take Mack here. Cleveland better have gotten something good for it because
they moved
they have
the 9th
it's
pick
5 spots.
So I would assume there's a second-round pick involved. So Cleveland, I mean, they've got, assuming there's that second-round pick, they've got 3 picks here in the top, 35, 36. So they're really, I mean, you could see them move up again in this first round.
Maybe the Bills feel like they need to do this so their team becomes more attractive and they'll get a new stadium, get a new owner, since their other owner is dead.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to see here if I can, if this is okay, if you want to share the live feed. There's we'll back up to the 2 viewers. That's terrific.
Yep.
I think there's a setting here where you can ask questions. So if you would be so inclined to ask questions to us, that would be great. There's you can share your screen, so whatever I'm looking at, I can share it with everybody else.
Holy cow!
Did you hear that?
Did you just see?
Did you hear something?
Did you see what the Bills gave up?
No. Okay.
They gave the Browns their next year's first-round draft pick and a 4th rounder next year.
That's likely to be a top 10 pick. I mean, they haven't been good in 10 years, so that's.
That's 8 years. The Browns will have 2 first-round draft picks.
I mean, would you be? And the pick is in here, and I don't know.
Let's see who it is.
I'd go with Watkins here.
I think that makes the most sense here. Sammy Watkins, yep.
So you got a couple Clemson guys, C.J. Spiller and Sammy Watkins.
And you know what? This isn't necessarily a bad move by the Cleveland Browns. Think about what they get, and there's a chance Johnny Manziel could still be there at 9 if the Vikings back on him.
Does this benefit Minnesota? With Cleveland being right behind them, does this benefit somebody to maybe trade up to get in front of Cleveland if they really want Manziel?
It certainly could. I would not put it past them. A team, I've thrown Dallas out there before. I
think Dallas might be more in line for Aaron Donald, maybe.
What about Arizona? We've mentioned them before. Arizona needing an heir apparent to Carson Palmer. Now, trading up 11, 12 spots would certainly cost Arizona a pretty penny. They probably wouldn't, especially if you can get a guy like Teddy Bridgewater at 20. But Johnny Manziel with the Cardinals, that defense in that same division with guys like Colin Kaepernick and Russell Wilson, mobile quarterbacks, good arms, that would be that would make the NFC West already an intriguing division that much better.
I'm going to try to share a video here, a live stream of the NFL Network. I'll be quiet here. You tell me if you hear. I'm going to turn their sound up. You tell me if you hear anything, okay?
Okay. Not a thing so far. Still nothing. I think that this trade for the Buffalo Bills it makes them the second best team right now in the AFC East. I will put my faith in EJ Manuel. I will put my faith in CJ Spiller, Fred Jackson. They have a pretty good defense. Kiko Alonso is good. And I think that the Buffalo Bills will jump the Jets for sure and the Miami Dolphins. It's still the Patriots division. Oh, and Mike Williams. I forgot Mike Williams went to Buffalo. Because, well, the higher the pick, it's more of a point value. So just for the fact that the Browns now get the Bills pick next year, if they are sitting very pretty this year. Move down 5 spots, pick up 2 picks in next year's draft. Pretty good. Apparently, the Texans picked up Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was with Buffalo. I think he was in St. Louis last year. He's got the beard. He went to Harvard. Dalton. Wide receiver Brandin out of Oregon State's my pick. Eric Ebron, the tight end from North Carolina, is also.
Thank you for filling in there.
You're welcome. Well, it was a blank screen for half the time, so I didn't know.
The Raiders selection is up here.
Well, that's good. Khalil Mack, or are we thinking Mike Evans here?
Khalil Mack. So if he didn't fall, Raiders picked Khalil Mack. If he would if he doesn't go to Oakland,
it's officially over.
Yeah, we I guess I had Matt going to Oakland, but I had Watkins at 3, and let's see who did I have at 4? Manziel I had at 4 a couple days ago, but since our guy Jay Glazer correctly said that no, he will not go 4. I know in our Google Hangout on Sunday, Charlie had the Browns pick and took Jake Matthews. So as far as the thing we did on Sunday, we've gotten 3 right, the first, second, and 5th picks. As far as my own personal mock draft, I've gotten the same right.
Well, I didn't have Buffalo trading up to Cleveland for 4, but I have 3 of the 5.
Yeah, I think, and Jake Matthews, I think we both have Matthews going 8th or the 6th here to Atlanta.
Yep. I think had he been off the board, I do think the Falcons would seriously consider taking Eric Ebron to fill Tony Gonzalez's shoes, but the tight end out of Washington, they could probably get him in the second round. They have to fulfill that need, though. That is a big need for this team.
They have Julio Jones and Roddy White. Do they need another weapon there?
In the middle. Bring the safety down, make you lose those double teams. With them, Tony Gonzalez was able to do that. Their rushing game was not very good last year. Steve Jackson got injured. But their offensive line was bad, too. The Falcons knew they had to get better inside the trench on both sides of the ball this year. That's why they hired Mike Tice to be their offensive line coach, Brian Cox to be the defensive line coach. So you would think it's going to be Jake Matthews here.
The Blake Bortles pick was really exciting. That was unexpected and something that we did not see. Hold on, I got Marcus Traxler on the phone. Yes, you were live on the Sports Lounge Hangout, me and Stacken here, looking at the Blake Bortles be a shit.
I can complain that I screwed up the draft.
Yeah. You don't have an invite. How do we get an invite to Sir Traxler? You don't have an invite. Yeah, I sent it usually to two different ones. How do we do that? We'll figure it out here. We'll figure it out. All right, bye. Well, Marcus Trax are ready to get on this thing. Apparently, did not receive an invite, so we'll see how that. I'm not sure how that's going to work here.
He probably just declined it and doesn't want to admit it.
Well, how to invite people after the fact. Let's go and then do some.
CJ Spiller with a tweet says, "Wow, that Clemson pipeline runs deep in Buffalo. Isn't it just two guys?"
That's all you need for a pipeline. You need two guys. That's all you need.
Oh, well, pardon for not realizing that a pipeline I thought would be more people than that.
You would assume so. But before Marcus called, I was, Blake Bortles was exciting. But boy, Vikings coming up here in about 20 minutes, and Tampa Bay. Really, I think Johnny Manziel goes to Tampa Bay. It'll be interesting to see how the coverage changes here and how they try to hype up the Johnny Manziel thing.
I would anticipate Rick Spielman's phone line is off the hook right now.
Taylor Lewan from Michigan. Chances he goes here over Jake Matthews. Would that be a surprise?
No, because he's kind of a nasty individual, and the Falcons wanting. But if you want the best offensive lineman in this draft, take Jake Matthews. I think this Taylor Lewan, I think he's a little overrated, but the only reason why he'd be picked this high is because it's just a stretch. So many teams need offensive tackles. I don't think he's as good, though, as Jake Matthews.
How impressive is it A&M here having Matthews, the receiver Evans, and Manziel here? They're all going to be first-round picks. All could be in the top 10, top 15.
Can you imagine them, like 3 A&M guys going off the board back to back to back?
That could very well happen. I think Tampa Bay's pick, that's going to be interesting. They go Manziel, they go Evans, they go Aaron Donald. That's the first really team where you can see them going many different directions.
Well, after Jacksonville, too. I mean, we figured Jacksonville could go a number of different directions. They did.
They went the wrong direction. Well, you can't go from the bottom. You can't go any worse. So they're going to be stuck there for a while. So that's fun.
I think with their additions, they are the third best team in the AFC South. They are better the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if that they are not better than the Texans or the Colts.
I'll still take Tennessee over them. Invitation posted. I figured out how to invite people after the fact, so that's good.
The anticipation is just killing us right now.
Well, not so much with this one, because I think it's going to be either Lewan or Matthews.
No, but I'm just saying, leading up to the 8th pick.
The waiting is the hardest part.
Okay, if the Vikings pass on Manziel and take Aaron Donald, is it truly a bust or no?
Well, we got to see how the guy does. After the fact, so that's good. Get a little bit of feedback on Tractor's end there. What do we got? Blake Bortles 3. That surprised me. Marcus Traxler, your thoughts?
That was pretty surprising. I mean, I honestly could have seen us going through the first 8 picks with no quarterbacks, and here we are. What a shocker! I just don't see it really working out. I think if Bortles went, I mean, and granted, we're snap reaction here, but that's what the draft's all about. You analyze it for 5 months, and then you just make snap decisions, reactions to it. I think depending on the right offense, he could have fit in, but I mean, the Jaguars had so many other needs outside of quarterback, and quarterback's certainly a need, but this is quite the challenge for Blake Bortles, and usually when you just throw guys headlong into messes like this, it usually doesn't work out very well.
The pick is in. Where do you stand on spoilers? Jason Watkin for CBS, the guy I'm following tonight. Stacking doesn't want to be spoiled. I don't give a shit as far as I'm concerned. I want to know what's going to happen because it's literally 5 minutes before it happens. As the pick is in, and the NFL Network's about 5 seconds ahead of ESPN as they go with Jake Matthews, tackle, Texas A&M. So for most people, they've gotten at least 4 of their first 6 correct. That's good.
This has been a good draft for getting a few right.
Spoilers. Where do you stand on spoilers? Are you want to be tipped off beforehand, or do you want to wait to see what happens on the screen?
I kind of like seeing what happens on the screen, but it was kind of cool, because I was at work until now, and I was just following on my phone, and it was kind of cool to see everybody go nuts over the Bortles trade because that was or the Bortles pick rather. That was from out of nowhere.
We have one viewer. Who do you think it is? We were up to 2. Maybe
I was the viewer until I could get in. So you have one
viewer
other
right now. I don't know if it's maybe Schottenkirk's got it on his phone, or maybe Mr. Hildebrand at work, or Mr. Amon at work.
I mean, Schottenkirk, he's in the belly of the beast down there in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Why is he down in Jacksonville?
He's at the Players' Championship.
No, we sent him there.
For the players.
To cover Jacksonville. And as long as the players were there, may as well. Okay, Tampa Bay's up now, and as I was telling Zach, and this is really the first pick where I'm really excited. You got your Mike Evans, Manziel, or Aaron Donald. I think it's going to be one of those 3. Lovie Smith is the new coach. Mike Glennon did better than I thought he would, but he didn't do, he wasn't anything special. So if it's Manziel here, you can ship Glennon out of town. They got McCown. He's on his last legs. Who's the guy for Tampa Bay?
I think it has to be Mike Evans. But I mean, it's either Mike Glennon or Manziel now for Tampa Bay, and if they don't, if they do pick Manziel or another quarterback this weekend, then Mike Glennon's going to be shipped out of town.
We're dangerously close to having Johnny Manziel there with Minnesota. Me and Stacken said Sunday that if he is there, we don't think he will go to Minnesota. Marcus and David said that he would go there. I believe the quote from David was 100%. I didn't think he would be there at 8, but it appears, that he probably will be. I think this is how I feel about him. And I feel like the history of the team, this is fairly big. This is fairly big.
Yeah, it certainly could be this is a defining pick in the tenure of general manager Rick Spielman for the Vikings. He has a lot of pressure here. He cannot reach like he did with Christian Ponder a few years ago. And I think that I think this is the pick he has got to go with Manziel. I would like to just make one other point on the Bortles pick. I think Shahid Khan really just drafted Bortles' girlfriend, and Bortles just came along for the ride.
Not a bad idea.
Very good. Very good.
We thinking Mike Evans here possibly? What if Mike Evans ended up in Detroit? Wouldn't that be awful?
That would be pretty terrible.
Actually, Cleveland will take him at 9, and that would be just fine with Browns fans. You don't get Watkins, but you get Evans. That's not a bad second.
Marcus, what do you got? I got NFL Network because they're about 5 seconds faster, and I hate Ray Lewis. Stacken's going with ESPN. What do you got?
NFL Network.
I have ESPN.
So Stacken, you switched, or what's the deal?
No, I have ESPN. I don't have the NFL Network as an option.
Jason Lockham Forrest says that the pick is in, so we'll stew on that. Still 4 minutes on the clock, so the pick is in for Tampa Bay. Your official pick, Nathan Sack.
I've been hearing Manziel all week. I'd love it to be Manziel so Jay Glazer can be wrong because I can't stand that guy. But I have to think it's going to be Mike Evans.
I love Jay Glazer. No nonsense MMA guy will beat the hell out of you. And he said told Chris Mortensen to shove it. Manziel didn't go 4 to Cleveland like Mortensen said, and he retracted like a bitch. He didn't go 5 to Oakland. So I think rarely do we look back and say who was right and who was wrong. But immediately right now we can say Jay Glazer was right because Manziel didn't go 4 or 5.
We should go back and say who's right and who's wrong, though.
We should, and this is what this is part of this. I listened. I posted it on Facebook today. The 2010 draft, which finally we're getting far enough back here to where we can actually listen back to the shows and say, wow, we were right on this, we were wrong on that. With me, Stack, and Drew and Blake. And me and Blake were kind of in agreement that if we were the Rams in 2010, we would have taken Ndamukong Suh over Bradford. And right now that doesn't seem all that bad of a choice. And I told Stack earlier, the thing that pisses me off here is the pick is in. The Vikings are now on the clock, but we're in commercial. We're still waiting on Tampa Bay. And this just goes to show that this is a television show, and let's get things going here. This doesn't have to last 4 hours. This can last 2.5. It doesn't need to be drug out like this.
Well, commercials, man.
The commercials are fine, but you can do it in such.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm eating a peanut butter cookie.
Is this a two big sort of night, or what is this?
What's that?
Is this a 2 carrot bag night, or how big of a?
I'm out, man. I gotta get some carrots.
Oh, nice.
Maybe a break.
West.
Vikings are
all right, so this is what's going to happen. The Minnesota Vikings are going to trade one spot down with the Cleveland Browns again and make it seem like they have someone who really wants Johnny Manziel, and the Browns are going to give them another third-round pick in this draft, or fourth round, and their fourth round that they got from the Bills last year. Just trade the one spot down.
If I'm Cleveland, I'm calling Minnesota's bluff. I'm saying I dare you to take Manziel at 8 because he's not going to be there. We'll take him. Screw you.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a Manziel jersey within 10 minutes if the Vikings take him.
I'll buy a Manziel jersey no matter where he goes.
If he does come to Minnesota, this is going to be a lot of fun. Even if he sucks.
What number do you give him?
Who has number 2? Is anybody?
Give him number 4.
Okay.
I don't know why. Brett Favre. Give him number 4. You give him
Brett
number
Favre.
2.
Whoa.
Give him number 2.
Number 2. Number 2, Derek Jeter.
I was thinking of, as the Bucks pick is in here, I was thinking of, I don't know, you have the illegal stream here as we get the Tampa Bay pick here.
Mike Evans.
There you go, Zack got that one. So Johnny Manziel's there for Vikings at 8. My computer did shut off once already, and I was about to do the screen share thing. My idea was to do the screen share, and whenever they select the pick, put that up there. I don't know if the audio would work on a video like that, but that was my idea. But I don't want my thing to shut off again, so I won't try that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We're all watching it.
So I thought that would be good to have. We can go back and watch this, and you can see the pick as it happens, and we talk about it.
We'll just have to take our word for it.
There we go.
Oh, shit.
What?
If you're looking at Twitter, you're seeing what's going to happen.
Cleveland did trade up, so there we go.
Traded up.
Cleveland traded up. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, great. And now they're going to take the quarterback, and so there you go. Well, I mean, who would they trade up for? I mean,
Eric Maynor tweeted Johnny Football to the Vikings, so maybe he's got some insight.
Anything.
Former VCU point guard Eric Maynor. Is this right?
Yes. Eric Maynor of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
What randomness.
He is deep inside that Vikings war room.
What goddamn randomness.
Isn't he supposed to be playing?
What's that?
No.
Doesn't he have a game tonight?
No, they're traveling to L.A. for for tomorrow night's game.
You know, if the Vikings could get Manziel at 9 and bamboozle the Browns for the second time in 3 years, that would be terrific.
I called that the Browns would trade with the Vikings again.
I mean, this has to be Johnny Manziel, does it not? Unless they like this Aaron Donald. Those are the only 2 options I can see.
Taylor Lewan is a possibility, but I think, the pick is going to be Johnny Football. But that's okay, because then the Vikings still can either take Anthony Barr from UCLA or Aaron Donald from Pittsburgh.
What do you think they got in return here? 3rd round pick? To move up 1 spot.
Browns give up a 5th round pick to move up 1 spot. You got to be shit.
Is that worth it if you're Minnesota to get a pick? What in the 150?
Not worth it.
In the 150s, I say, screw you with your. I mean, you know how I feel. Get as many of those top 30, top 40 as you can.
Give me a 2nd round pick. We'll talk.
What the hell am I going to do with the 5th round pick? Use that to trade up 10 spots in the 3rd round? Go to hell.
For a 5th round pick, that's I'm a little disappointed in Spielman now.
5th round pick to move up. Yeah, pick 145 is what the pick ends up being. So the Vikings would have 2 5th rounders and 2 3rd rounders getting ready, stockpiling the picks to move up back in the end of that 1st round to take Carr. You just
Teddy Bridgewater.
Bridgewater. Oh!
The $100,000 analytic.
What do you got for me?
Yes.
What do you got
Jason
for me?
Lockett for it. You know, I like that spoiler. I like that particular
Nice.
spoiler.
That makes no sense.
That does not make sense, Cleveland.
Wow. Again, another. It's not really a stunner as far as where this guy was selected to be picked right around here.
He's a great player. He deserves to go number 8.
But it looks. I would have been fine with him in Minnesota.
Yep.
So Minnesota, what do you do?
I don't know if you're Minnesota.
Aaron Donald's my guy, is what I'm expecting, but the guy's there. So
maybe the Vikings will continue to try and swindle some draft picks out of guys you pick.
So have Detroit. I don't know if there's anybody. I think Dallas would be interested in Aaron Donald.
They're also interested in Anthony Barr too.
like I'm assuming that the guys on the desk, I think I heard last few years that they do not want to know who's going to be picked, so they can kind of play it off like that. But like I was telling Stacken, I was on ESPN for the Bortles pick, and I had a tweet from some random Johnson come up, and it said, will Jacksonville take a quarterback here? By that time, I knew that they were taking Bortles, so I saw how they kind of molded their coverage and conversation to go a certain way before the pick was announced. So Nathan Stack can react here to the Cleveland Browns selection at 8.
Well, okay, I looked at Twitter yet. I think I saw it, though. Is it Justin Gilbert?
Yes. And Locking for his Viking pick here says they could be in the corner market as well.
I see that.
I think Cleveland just lost the whole entire city.
I mean, Manziel could still be there at 26, and obviously they can move up. So, I mean...
This is a absolutely brilliant job, though, by the Cleveland Browns to pair him up with Joe Hayden. That defense is really good. It's very underrated.
It didn't make any sense.
Well, I'm just saying it's a good... Strictly looking at Gilbert as a cornerback, to pair him up with Joe Hayden, it adds some pretty significant help to the Browns secondary, but I don't know why you wouldn't take Manziel here. Now, the Vikings do it.
They're not going to do it. You got to expect that they were...
Don't look up Jason Locken for it, says.
We're not. There's nothing on there yet. He says they could be in the corner market. Who would be the corner? The
Dennard.
Darqueze Dennard, yeah.
Somebody that we really haven't talked about and mentioned with the Vikings. I mean, we mentioned a lot of guys. Traxler had your list. Was he on that list?
Where?
That list of guys you had earlier today. Who would you be happy with? I'd be happy with Dennard. Is he on that list?
Dennard would be on that list, yeah.
I'd be fine with him.
That's a reach at 9. You don't take him at 9.
I mean, I'd like... Yeah,
where would you put him?
Donald, trade down. If I'm the Vikings, I keep trading down. See what you can do.
This is going to be a linebacker.
You have to find somebody to trade with. I don't know if there's anybody there right now. Maybe Aaron Donald.
Dallas, Miami, the Jets, they all want to trade.
For who?
Okay, well, the Dolphins would love an offensive tackle.
Well,
so
there's nobody here.
Taylor Lewan.
No, you can get him where you're at.
You don't know that. I mean, the Vikings obviously swindled Cleveland out of a 5th-round pick, so take that for what it's worth. If the Cowboys really want Aaron Donald or Anthony Barr, they're going to have to trade up to get them, and maybe the Vikings willing to trade with them and still get Johnny Manziel at 16.
I mean, we had Dennard in our draft on Sunday. Charlie picked him to go 14 to Chicago, and I had him going 15 to Pittsburgh. So this is right around, that area. I guess I don't really care about taking a guy too early, because once it's all said and done, if
Christian Ponder, we cared about him.
Yeah, we care about that because he was taking 5 rounds too early. But Dennard, I mean, you take him with the 9th pick, you take him with the 15th pick, 5 spots, I don't care. If the guy ends up a player or not, that's going to ultimately determine.
Yeah, if there's a guy that you really want, I think you got to take him. If the Vikings would have really wanted Justin Gilbert, it would have made sense to take him at 8, obviously.
Like if you think Eric Ebron's the best, the best in the world, take him right now. I think Ebron goes in the top 15 here.
They say the pick is in. Let's not look at Twitter.
I don't have anything. Jason Locken 4 doesn't have anything.
Nobody has anything. I'm not seeing anything.
The pick is according to ESPN, but let's not look. Let's all be surprised together at the Vikings pick.
What are you looking at?
On ESPN, it says the pick is in.
Well, okay, yeah. NFL Network. I'll stick with Locken 4 since he hinted to corner. Second best corner is that Dennard from Michigan State, and as long as we've been alive, they've had terrible, terrible secondary players. Xavier Rhodes looks decent. Captain Munnerlyn, great name. If you could have Captain Munnerlyn and Clinton-Dix on the same team, that'd be tremendous. But Munnerlyn, if you added Dennard here, that'd be great. Blocking for it has a tweet. I'm not going to click on it.
I couldn't help myself. I saw it.
You son of a bitch. I'll look at it as well. Okay, that's the pick.
That is the pick.
I'm not real big on this guy, I guess. I know your buddy Schottenkirk loves this guy, if I'm not mistaken.
He does, yep.
I'm not.
Marcus, I thought we had an agreement here.
You did, and I broke it. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I couldn't help myself. Goddamn Twitter.
I'm not.
You probably open your Christmas presents like on the 23rd of December too.
Is it all right if I open them at 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve instead of Christmas morning?
We did a kind of a doubleheader. Christmas Eve was our big night.
Yeah.
And
It actually has. It always has been in my family too.
And Christmas Day was like the candy bull crap, the little stuff.
I didn't even realize they played NBA games on Christmas till I was like 15.
Get the hell out of here.
Usually at Grandma's house or something.
NBA terrorists.
NBA terrorists, call me it.
Strikes again. Definitely a position of need for the Vikings. A guy that's been rumored to go there. We'll see. We'll see. Manziel, I mean, this is the story of the draft now, where he goes, because Tennessee at 11 could be interesting.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a quarterback, Tennessee. I think they've given up on Jake Locker, and I guess I can't blame them for that.
Shocking how much I love Jake Locker. I mean, I thought it was a tremendous pick. When you can complete at least 50% of your passes, I don't know how you're not taken in the top 10. A garbage player. Yeah, I really didn't like any quarterback in that 2010 draft, or 2011. Between Ponder and Gabbert and Locker, that's
a lot of shit. A lot of shit out there.
That's as bad of a top three as you can get, is it not?
Top three quarterbacks taken, yeah, that's pretty bad. And has there been anybody in that draft who's been a starter?
Cam Newton was one.
Oh, yeah.
Listening back to the tapes, I made the bold statement of saying Ryan Mallett's going to be the best quarterback in that draft.
Does he still end up with the Texans? That's a hot rumor.
That's a hot rumor, but that's still incomplete. I think it'll be hard to top Cam Newton early on, but there's no reason why Mallett, when given a chance, can't be the second best quarterback in that draft.
Stack and put a lamp in front of your face. You're just one black blob there.
You know what? It's like I'm trying to protect my identity because I'm releasing some very secret information that could get me killed.
Open that refrigerator door behind you. Get some backlighting in there. Have you seen the pick, Stack? And don't miss
the pick here.
Heck.
Your reaction.
But you know what? In all honesty, I think it's a better choice to draft him over Darqueze Dennard.
You like that better than Dennard?
Josh Johnson on the radio show said he was good, but I mean, how do you not take Manziel here, man? This is painful.
Trade up. I don't see Manziel going for quite a while. Tennessee could pick him at 11. St. Louis. I mean, everybody in the top 8 besides Atlanta was rumored for Manziel at some point. You got St. Louis at 13. Maybe they surprised, but other than that. Dallas with Johnny Manziel, that'll explode the universe. So
Dallas would play 16 primetime games every year.
All that I ask is when Detroit makes their pick that you keep it in your pants, Stack, okay? Keep it in your pants. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
You know the pick's already in. They probably took Dennard.
Keep it in your pants.
Sense because the Michigan State guy.
It's clean. It's Detroit. What do they always do?
Oh, draft wide receivers. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, gee. No, but close.
Haha, Clinton-Dix?
Clinton-Dix. I saw a good thing that they're going to call him LOL Clinton-Dix. Any truth to that rumor? Huh? Zach?
What? I'm sorry, now what?
Any chance that he goes by LOL Clinton-Dix?
That would be funny.
Barry Sanders at the podium. Hopefully you can see over the mic. Who do you think, Stack, and who do you got?
I got Dennard or Clinton-Dix.
You'll be happy with this pick.
Because it's a bad pick?
It'll save your bacon.
I have bacon in the fridge.
Me too.
Boy, he really can't see over that mic, can he? He's staring that thing in the eyes.
Bring it down. It's a microphone.
Just fucking make the pick, dude.
So this is the NFL draft, Barry.
Are they doing these walk-up songs? I really can't hear what they're doing. Or is this happening or not?
He was just reading about Madden NFL 15. Buy it.
I'm gonna confess something here. I thought Eric Ebron was white.
I did too until about 2 days ago.
No, I thought that until about 10 seconds ago.
This is what Josh Johnson, very good.
This is a really bad pick, is what it is.
They don't need any more offense. Offense is not your problem, for Christ's sake, Detroit. Get it through your goddamn heads. Get a cornerback. The defensive line is decent. The interior. Get some goddamn defenders. You don't need any more receivers. Jesus Christ, Detroit.
You know what?
This Ebron may be something, but goddamn it.
Everyone's bust. I hope he is.
Oh.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Is it not? Just Detroit year after year. Like they were rumored for Mike Evans. They don't need a receiver.
If you can't stop him, outscore him.
Well, geez, and they haven't been able to do that. Stafford throws too many interceptions. He turns the ball over too much. Stop somebody. You're not the goddamn Saints here, and until you are, unless this guy's the next Jimmy Graham, he may be a fine player, and that's fine, but I feel there's more pressing needs than you say he's a tight end, he's a wide receiver. But, you were not off on 6. I think Josh Johnson opened all of our eyes. I said at the beginning of this thing, I don't think you fall out of the top 15. And here he goes in the top 10. There you go.
Well, sometimes a blind squirrel every once in a while. But I will say that, you know what? Josh Johnson really, I even made Marcus leave the screen with that one. I think he can be a very good player in their system. Brandin Pettigrew is just never doing it till they have, Tony Scheffler still as well. He couldn't help.
Christian Fourier.
Yeah.
Didn't catch lots of. He caught like a handful of passes, but they were all touchdowns. And Pro Football Focus, Brandin Pettigrew, their 10th lowest rated tight end. So he re-signed, but he has not lived up to the hype.
Well, now Anthony Barr can go cover Ebron. Greenway, good linebacker. He's been very solid over the last 10 years. Last year was not a good year. Anthony Barr, very unexperienced, that linebacker, athletic, former fullback. So I guess you've got that going for you. He's athletic, but not very experienced. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but obviously they need to get some linebackers in there because Aaron Henderson didn't work out. And just going looking at who plays, the linebackers that do play, they really only play 2 linebackers for 80% of the game. So that's really all you need. Could they trade up? Could the Vikings trade back up to get Manziel?
The Vikings?
Yeah. You think they're going to?
Absolutely. I believe they will trade up back. I believe they'll trade up. They got that 3rd rounder from Seattle in the Percy Harvin trade, I think. I expect them to package their 2nd and 3rd round picks, one of the 3rd rounders, to move up in the 2nd or the 1st round and pick a quarterback or a defensive player. Manziel. I mean, it's really really quite interesting. I mean, Tennessee. cornerbacks, the word on the street with Tennessee. But Dallas, boy, if he were to get there to Dallas, wouldn't things really just blow up? There you go. There you go.
Sorry. I had to answer the phone call and I had to use the bathroom.
If Manziel's there with Dallas, would that just not blow everything all down? Would that
would blow everything up? Yeah. Yeah, that would have done it.
Talking to Stack and I said I expect them to package a second and one of their thirds, Minnesota, to get back into the bottom end of the first round. What do you do there?
Vikings getting back into the end of the first round?
Yeah, I expect that to happen.
I expect that to happen too. I honestly think the quarterback thing is going to get resolved there. I think the Vikings trade back in. I think it's Teddy Bridgewater.
How about the Giants for Manziel?
That would be quite hilarious. I mean, they don't need a quarterback, but they kind of do as well.
If David Schottenkirk was here, he'd tell you that Eli Manning's the most overrated quarterback in quite some time. What, has he made the playoffs only twice?
Who?
No. I don't think so.
Has he made it more than twice? He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's really the Florida Marlins of NFL quarterbacks. Once he gets into the playoffs, you know he's going to win the whole thing. But the problem is getting into the playoffs. It doesn't happen all that often. Manziel, there it is. Manziel, watch begins. Putting the thing on his face. People were saying, it would be good. I think Charlie said it would be good for him to drop.
Oh, he's going to be.
So that he has that Aaron Rodgers thing going, saying these effers don't think I can play. I'll show you. I'll tear it up. Is there any truth to that?
I'm sorry. I'm not listening.
Is there any truth to Johnny Manziel falling so he turns into an Aaron Rodgers saying F you to everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Eli Manning's made the playoffs 5 times. 3 of those times he's lost the first game. The other 2, he won the whole thing. So he's 8-3 all time in the playoffs.
If you are on Twitter, Drew McGarry is freaking out over this no quarterback pick, not taking Manziel. It's pretty hilarious.
It really is sad that they didn't that they did not pick him when he was there. It really is quite sad. Not unexpected from my end, but really quite the story of the franchise for 50 years. Oh, there you
go. Well, Alabama pick in the top 10, first time since 08.
What happened?
The Alabama didn't have a top 10 player selected.
Yeah. That ends that streak. But A&M, I put a thing on the blog a couple hours ago with some.
I saw that. Very good.
Factoids there. A&M, they go up to 4 years in a row with a guy. And I believe they have another lineman next year expected to be a top 10 pick. So that could be, they could match Alabama. As the Titans have selected Jackin?
Yes.
Who have they selected?
They selected Tyler Lewan.
Taylor
Lewan.
Excuse me.
Is this the guy that flipped the bird?
No.
No.
That guy played for Ohio State.
That's a shame.
But this guy's got a little bit of a mean streak in him, and that's what you need down there in the trenches. It probably wouldn't have fit well in Miami.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know. You keep sliding, the Vikings better jump in and take Manziel.
I don't expect the Vikings to trade back up until at least pick 27 at the earliest.
47?
27.
27. I say 25. That's the earliest I can see them getting back in.
Hold on. Okay, nothing.
Browns try to get that Titans pick. I'm actually guessing the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys still pass on him.
I'd take him. I mean, Romo's pretty old. He's, 33, 34?
I guess that's true.
I mean, honestly, he's the best quarterback they've ever had outside of Staubach and Aikman.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of his career, he'll probably have all the records if he doesn't have them already, as far as Dallas goes. But he never won the dirt.
If he slides past the Cowboys, I think the Vikings have to trade up to 19.
Taylor Lewan, 6'7". Wow.
It's apparent at this time that that the Vikings don't care for Manziel a whole hell of a lot. So would they do that?
Well, if he's there at number 40, they'll take him.
Well, not at 40. He won't be there at 40. But if he's there, in the mid-20s, would they care enough to say, hey, let's pick this guy up?
I don't think he's probably the third or fourth best quarterback on their board.
That's insanity to me. That is goddamn insanity to me with this shit group of quarterbacks they got out there that they think he would be the third or the fourth best guy.
I mean,
insane.
I watch some YouTube, some of your draftbreakdown.com. His footwork is not consistent at all, and I don't know much about.
Let's get the ball to the guy. Let's get the ball to the guy. Tremendous throws. Get the ball to the guy.
You have a lot of double standards when it comes to quarterbacks.
All I want is to get the ball to the guy. My biggest problem with Blake Bortles, everybody likes how big he is. He's a big son of a bitch. Well, that's fine. I don't care. You look at where he played and who he played against and some of the games that he put up. I mean, I went through that. There was a half dozen games there against teams that won 2, 3, 4 games where they're winning by fucking 3 and 4 points. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, and you got Johnny Manziel here, beat the hell out of Alabama the first year, almost beat him the second year, put up 6 touchdowns the second year, played better the second time. That great comeback against Duke, playing in the SEC. God damn. I tell you, god damn.
How many Anthony jerseys do you think the Vikings will sell? I'm going to say under a dozen.
Oh, come on.
I know, it'll be more than that.
But I don't. Blake Bortles, their car. Hello, Jake Locker and Blaine Gabbert. Twins. They're twins.
Jake Locker and who?
Dude, Locker and Gabbert, as poor as they are, may as well compare them to Carr and Bortles in this draft, as far as what I expect of them. I don't expect a whole hell of a lot more from Blake Bortles in Jacksonville than what Blaine Gabbert did in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I don't either.
And Blaine Gabbert was worse than Ponder. He's the worst quarterback in the league. Sorry.
Is Ponder? I don't think Ponder's worse than Gabbert or Locker.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think Gabbert's the worst.
Okay.
And he's not as bad as Ponder, and you know what I think about him.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's what you should,
All right.
That's.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time listening and focusing on Twitter at the same time. I hope you guys understand.
Oh, trust me, I am. I understand completely.
What do you think the New York Giants here, Zach? And what did you have? Their pick is in. I had them going Zach Martin.
I think I did too. I could get the book if you would.
This is a big one here.
Moment. Well, yeah, I know they aren't taking them.
This is a big one. How so?
Be right back.
This is a guy who has jumped up quite a bit in the last couple days, mock draft.
Does the Stacken have his earphones in so he can't hear us now?
I don't know what his deal is.
It's Odell Beckham Jr. from LSU. I don't know.
I'm sure he'll fit in well. I mean, it seems like the Giants always draft well at wide receiver. This is a lot of people really like Beckham Jr. I didn't expect him to go in the top 15 really.
Tweet here, somebody scratching their head on the Anthony Barr pick. He's never played in a 4-3. So we'll see. Somebody say that this is Zimmer. Zimmer's challenge here, trying to develop a guy that's very inexperienced, which I don't care for. Mark Schlereth, it says here, calls Anthony Barr a one-dimensional player.
Wow, he doesn't know shit.
This is how goddamn stupid Mark Schlereth is. He says Barr could have been had at 29. Obviously.
No, come on.
Like, why do we... I wanted to start the show with this, and I kind of did. But what the hell are we doing? You know, we're talking about this. We're here for 3 hours talking about this. But what are all these other guys doing? The Chris Mortensen thing with Manziel going 4, and Jay Glazer saying no, he's not going 4 or 5. The thing a few weeks ago with Charlie Casserly saying that Manziel is terrible reading down the field. And you got Jim Harbaugh saying no, I think he's one of the greatest ones looking down the field. Guys saying two different things with the same guy.
Jaworski, today he said Manziel would go 20. Oh, he'd go first pick of the second round of the Texans. What? And he's the one who said I wouldn't take him in the first 3 rounds.
And wasn't he at the pro day and said, "My God, tremendous." I mean, what a load of junk.
What a troll.
And Jaworski's one of those guys that I like because he's notorious for looking at all the games and all the film and really breaking it down.
Not anymore. Not anymore. He's been first taked.
Well, that's disappointing. And when he did say that thing about Manziel, he admitted he looked at like 2 or 3 games.
He's become Herm Edwards, and Herm Edwards has gotten out of hand.
But like Ray Lewis hasn't seen any of this. Mel Kiper Jr., he's their guy. I'm assuming he's seen it all. Todd McShay, if he's their number 2, I'm assuming he's seen it all.
I'm not listening to Ray Lewis, but I'm guessing he's watched a fair amount of tape of at least these defensive guys.
Maybe.
That's probably what they're counting on him for.
Well, he should if he's on there, for Christ's sake. But McShay, or not McShay, but Mayock, I'm sure he's looked at it all. He's one of the top guys. But Marshall Faulk, I mean, come on. Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, no way in hell they're looking at this. Really, really going hard.
Trying to jump ahead of the Cowboys.
What happened?
The Browns are trying to jump ahead of the Cowboys to pick Manziel.
Who's your source on this?
PFT. Talk.
Speaking of them,
Best in the business.
not a fan of Pro Football Talk for this reason. I'll give you this. This thing they had the other day about Adrian Peterson by Mike Florio.
Oh yeah, that was trash.
Totally baseless. Pulling something out of thin air. Basically, it was about, with no really quote to back it up at all, or no merit at all. It was about Peterson and his big, his big contract, his big cap number. He's got 3-4 years left, 10, 15 million, somewhere around there coming up in the next few years. And what was it? Basically saying they have to trade him, or he's not worth the money, basically.
Right. His contract's only going up, and running backs were down, so they got to trade Peterson.
No, it was totally baseless on nothing, and that's like, you look at the comments. That's basically what the first comments were. It was just
that was just like your very typical.
Let's get a bunch of hits on the websites posting something about the best player in football. Basically.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, it didn't seem like they put a lot of thought into that because, that's one of those. Well, running backs break down. His contract goes up. He's not worth it. It's like, well, watch the games. I mean, Peterson. I don't want to say he's going to defy age, but it seems like he's pretty well equipped to hang on for quite a while.
Whatever he's on, they're not catching him.
Right.
The Minnesota Vikings will get a chance to see if to pick Barr over the other defensive player we were talking about.
What happened now?
St. Louis Rams will take Aaron Donald.
Don't spoil this thing, Zack. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I spoiled.
I did not see this. Very good for you for...
Breaking the news.
Thank you.
Breaking the law.
The law.
But the human body does not look like Adrian Peterson, okay? I've come to figure out over the years that the human body naturally can only do so much on its own.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And it does not look like that. Okay? It does not look like that.
I like
So we
Now,
meet guys like Walter Payton in 20 years, and it comes out, oh, he was on all this stuff. Well, take a look at it and see what you got.
Schottenkirk wants you to send him an invite for the hangout.
Ooh, I believe I did. I'll do it again here.
He wants to voice his opinion.
Good. I'm okay with Anthony Barr. We'll see if it works out. If it works out, that's great. I believe David is a big Anthony Barr guy, is he not?
He is.
So, my biggest problem is not very experienced. Hell of a rusher, though. I mean, if you can get after the quarterback, that's good. That's good.
you know what's funny? I'm sorry. Yes, he is. I told you that Aaron Donald was selected by the Rams. Well,
Is this false stat?
oh, but NFL and ESPN has tweeted with the 13th pick overall, the St. Louis Rams select Aaron Donald from Pittsburgh. Yet on TV, and I'm guessing the NFL Network also have.
Are they spoiling picks now when they should not be?
Yeah. So ESPN is being dumb.
They're cheating. Schottenkirk is here. I don't know if he's using his phone. I can't see him.
I do.
I got nothing.
He's there. He's there. He's somewhat there.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Bark, bark.
Going back to that Buffalo trade with Cleveland, I thought they'd give up the second and the third this year, but they gave up next year's first rounder, and they're not good. Buffalo hasn't been good in a long time. That's at the very least top 15, likely top 10 pick.
Yeah.
What would you rather do, second, third rounder this year, or a first rounder and a mid rounder next year?
Easily first rounder next year.
Really?
Yes.
You'd rather trade that?
If they want to trade back up, or
No, you would rather trade off a first rounder next year instead of a second and a third.
well, it depends on a second and a third
This year.
in this. That's tough because you get a lot of good players in the second and third round. It really entirely depends on where you're at next year, but of course no one knows that. I mean, who would have thought the Redskins would have been picked or would have had the number 2 spot this year? So, yeah, I think I'd rather trade second and third this year.
Yeah, I mean, the first round pick, I mean, it's one thing if you're Seattle or San Francisco, but you're Buffalo. I mean, do they not have the longest drought of any NFL team and not make the playoffs?
Right, they haven't made it this century.
So that's, top 15, top 10 pick. So that's two bad teams. Cleveland and Buffalo, they've been bad for a long time. And this is probably why. Giving up first round picks and doing this garbage here. Tweet there that Schottenkirk posted of Mike Greenberg. Love that pick for the Lions. They win the North.
Didn't he say they win the NFC North?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
And Brian Robinson going off on Mike Mayock, saying Mayock said that Robinson doesn't scare anybody off the edge. I'm a big Brian Robinson guy. I think he's pretty good.
Listen to this Rams defensive line, assuming the Aaron Donald pick is right, and it is. Chris Long, the end. Kendall Langford, defensive tackle. Aaron Donald, defensive tackle. Michael Brockers, defensive tackle. And Robert Quinn, defensive end. Ouch.
Get a quarterback. How about that? Good luck beating Seattle and San Francisco.
Well, they can beat San Francisco.
The thing about it is, I guess they're trying to build with defense here, but Seattle and San Francisco are already pretty good defensive teams. So I guess you're going to get your classic traps to 13-13 tie when ever these NFC West teams meet up. You can hear Schottenkirk, I believe.
I don't know what his deal is.
I heard some banging around.
That would make sense.
Yeah. And if Drew Almond chimes in, if Garoppolo goes to Minnesota, Schottenkirk's on Garoppolo too.
Then Spielman should just resign right now.
I don't know why people like Garoppolo.
You guys hear me or not?
I can hear you very good.
We can hear you. Welcome.
Perfect.
Anthony Barr, thoughts?
I just about popped the one in the pants. I'm so excited.
You're on your phone right now? Is this how this works? This is how this is working?
Yep.
Where are you at?
What's that?
Where are you at?
In my hotel room.
Did you go to the thing in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was an absolute shock. It wasn't on any social media, and when it was announced, it was the first I heard of it, and people went nuts.
A lot of people there. This was at the stadium?
Yeah, it was out in one of the parking lots where the main gathering was, and then let some people in too. But it was quite an atmosphere, and it was better than I expected.
Quite a good crowd. 5,000. What do you got?
No, it's probably it's definitely around there, if not more.
What? Anthony Barr, I'm okay with it. We'll see. See what he ends up doing. What does he do well? Can he cover any guy in the pass game? Does it worry you that he's not all that experienced? Is that a big problem?
Yes and no. He played only 2 years of defense at UCLA. He was a fullback. He's obviously explosive. You go look at his numbers the last 2 years. He just about killed Matt Barkley. He's coming off the edge. He can cover tight ends. It's going to be interesting to see how that translates. Simmer obviously has a plan, and there's a reason they took him. The upside with this guy is monumental. The bus factor's there. I think he's an all-pro guy down the line.
I think we all expect Minnesota to trade up again in the first round. They have 2/3, 2/5. I'm kind of thinking right after Cleveland at 26, unless they want to jump Cleveland to get a quarterback. What do you think Minnesota's going to do here in the next couple hours?
That would make sense to me. I'm not holding my breath, though. I think they might be done for tonight. I think their movement is going to be at the top of round 2 tomorrow. Spielman made the magic happen with 3 first-rounders last year. I think he's got magic planned for day 2 tomorrow. We'll see. If they jump back in tonight, it has to be for a quarterback. I don't think there's any question about that. I would not be surprised if it's tonight, if it's Derek Carr towards the end of round 1.
Did the Bears just trade with the Dolphins? Something here?
The Bears have not traded with the Dolphins.
Were the Bears always 14?
Yeah, you had your mock draft fucked up this morning.
Oh, my God.
Chicago, they've made their pick. Manziel, where does he go?
It's Dallas.
Dallas at 16.
I said it on Sunday. It's Dallas.
Dallas. If not Dallas, then what the hell happens?
Cleveland's second pick, maybe?
Vikings.
How about the St. Louis Rams, what they've done so far already? Craig Robinson and Aaron Donald, get the fuck out of here. That's a grand slam.
A lot of people like that Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, he's a top 7 or top 8 player in this draft at least, and he got him at 13. That's a steal.
Stacking went down the St. Louis defensive line there. It's pretty good. We got Chris Long, Aaron Donald now, a couple other guys. Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn was tremendous.
Saw a stat this morning that the last 3 or 4 years they've had the most sacks in the league already, and they just got better.
Yeah.
What's Trash think of the Barr pick? I know you had it. You like it or not?
I like it. A lot of people are bitching about them not taking a quarterback or not taking a cornerback. Linebacker to me has been a big need for a long time. I like the idea of Greenway on one side, Barr on the other, and I think you could piece along a middle linebacker. And I've kind of settled on quarterback being either. I think it's going to be the next pick for the Vikings, whether it's at the end of the first round or, like you said, then maybe making a move in the second round up above 40.
Big time shock pick here for the Steelers. I don't know if you guys saw it yet.
I saw it. It's not a shock for me.
Let's take a peek at the Steelers here.
It's a pretty big shock for me.
The cornerback?
No, the Bears took the corner, didn't they?
Kyle Fuller.
Yeah, the Steelers took a linebacker. That's pretty damn surprising to me.
I had him taking
Okay,
Dennard.
never mind. Yeah, that is surprising. That was not that's not what I thought.
Who they got going? Mosley or who is it?
They took Ryan Shazier from Ohio State.
Oh, yeah. Did Dennard get picked yet? Am I missing something here?
Nope, he did not get.
No.
That could be Dallas. That could be
Dallas. Dallas has got to go Dennard right here.
Yeah. If Jerry Jones isn't completely crazy, it's got to be Dennard here.
That would actually be a smart move by them. Surprise, surprise.
Who's the next quarterback taken?
It could be Manziel to the Cardinals, or otherwise Bridgewater.
I think Arizona takes one. I think it might be Carr. That would be the second shock of the night. The Manziel keeps falling.
Were you surprised Bortles at 3?
Yeah, I was stunned. I kind of had an inkling this morning waking up that he was going to be the first one taken, but not anywhere, not an inkling that he'd be 3. And it's kind of thinking when I woke up it was going to be the Vikings that took him, but that didn't work out. But at 3, it stunned the hell out of me.
Describe the reaction in Jacksonville.
About 2 seconds of shock, and I was sort of clapping because they need a quarterback desperately, and that was kind of the thing is that a lot of people were, no one had him pegged on Bortles, or some people talking Johnny football, but a quarterback's a quarterback. It'll get people in the seats for a year or two, anyways, probably.
Well, it's not a bad pick. I think it just caught people off guard.
Right. There was some people that started to boo kind of in the back, but I don't know if they were just Manziel lovers, if they wanted Mack or who they wanted. But speaking of Mack, have fun in Oakland getting killed.
This seems, Mack seems to be a guy that, Oakland's not good. Nobody that ever goes there has been good in the last 10 years. Small school guy. For me, this has got bust written all over it.
Bad place for him to go. Small school guy going to a traditionally bad team might be bad news for Mr. Mack.
Mack from the Mack. Looking at what I got here, I think most people had the first 2 right. Mack 5, Matthew 6. After that, I don't see a whole hell of a lot that I got right. So 4 is probably the number.
Yeah.
I guess in the thing we did Sunday, Barr, that's on Tractor, he went 8. So he got that right.
Right team back 1 spot.
Right.
Yeah, that's
what the Vikes get for that 1 spot? Did they get a pick this year or next year?
5th round.
This year?
Yep.
140, 145.
Yeah.
And what were the details again on that Buffalo-Cleveland spot?
First rounder next year.
And a 4th round.
Holy shit.
I was thinking second, third rounder this year to move up 5 spots, but first rounder next year for a team that hasn't made the playoffs in a dozen years. So good luck with that. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
It just tells you that Buffalo's all in with manual looks. They got Woods, they got Steve Johnson, and now Watkins. It's pretty good core there.
Is this Ohio State linebacker the real deal?
I don't know.
Not in my opinion.
Steelers need to upgrade that defense, though. They're old as shit.
As
San
far as
Francisco's going to
ratings,
make a move here pretty quick to move up.
as far as ratings go and Manziel's being out there, that has to help, doesn't it?
To keep people watching, yeah, absolutely.
So Dallas is on the clock. I have not seen a pick from Dallas yet. They got the fake grass there with the football. 3 about 3 minutes left. Jason Rockin' Four has tweeted something here. Where do you stand on spoilers, David? I want to know what's going to happen. Nathan doesn't really want to know, but I've been following this Jason Rockin' Four from CBS all night. He's been tipping it off about 5 minutes before it actually happens. A couple of years ago, I would not have liked that, but now I don't give a shit, and I want to know what's going to happen. Spoilers for the draft.
It was kind of nice tonight not being able to see the first few and see them real time as they were on TV, but getting back in front of some sort of media now that I can see it, I can't help myself. I'm looking at Rockin' Four too as well to see it beforehand. In the last few years, I've done that. I kind of, it's like whatever. I'm going to see it anyways. Might as well get it in real time. I can still watch the reaction from the crowd as it happens, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't help myself.
You got Johnny Manziel going right here.
I think so.
They're really, you expect them to talk about it because there were rumblings before the draft, but at least on the TV here, they're really playing it up pretty big. I have not seen any word yet on who the pick is.
People are nuts already.
We haven't heard anything.
I don't know if you heard me a couple minutes ago. San Francisco's going to make a move here real quick to get a receiver. I don't know where they're coming up to, but they're coming up probably 8 or 10 spots here in the very near future.
Receiver for San Francisco.
They'll probably trade with Baltimore.
Marquez Lee or Marquez Lee?
Lee or Cooks, Morgan State.
Who would San Francisco want here for a receiver?
If they came up this far, I think it would be Lee, but that could be a stretch.
Yeah, I mean,
I think their biggest target is already off the board. That's Odell Beckham Jr., so maybe not. But they've been rumblings all day that they're trying to get up and get one of the best receivers in the class.
Eric Ebron, 10 to Detroit.
Anthony Barr is going to kill him the first time they match up. So.
I look forward to that very much.
He may be very good, but, I mean, Detroit, you need defense.
They need defense. What the hell are they thinking?
You've tried this offensive thing for a few years now. Reggie Bush, very good player. Calvin Johnson, the best receiver. Stafford, good.
Two guys are the Cowboys right now. Not to interrupt, but it's either Manziel or Calvin Pryor.
Are you seeing that from Pro Football Talk too?
I'm seeing that from a couple different people, yeah.
I have.
I don't know how this isn't a defensive back for them. I mean, if they're being honest.
In the Sunday draft, I had Jimmy Ward. In my personal one, I had Pryor from Louisville.
Yeah, like Marcus said, if it's not a defensive back, there's something wrong. It's not like Romo's 40 years old. Yeah, he's coming off back surgery, and we'll see. But if you take Manziel, the universe might as well just explode.
Ray Lewis kind of sounds like Charles Barkley.
Really? I'm not watching.
Yeah.
I mean, Romo.
It's a good thing.
Close your eyes and yeah.
Romo's 34 years old.
Yeah.
It's not like he can't play for another 4 or 5 years, but I mean, the back thing's not going away. And I haven't seen anything with this Dallas pick, so I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I got nothing.
Jerry's probably snorting a lot of cocaine, making a decision right now. Flipping a coin.
This is amazing, though, that nobody said anything.
I'm going with NFL Network for the first time here because of Ray Lewis.
Was going to come up and steal Pryor, the safety from Louisville, just like what happened with the Vikings a few years ago.
It's not Manziel, guys. I don't know who it is, but it's not Manziel.
We got Andrew Perloff from the Dan Patrick Show. Stack, and I know he says it's not Johnny Manziel's. That's the first that I've seen.
I'm hearing that too here.
Pro Football Talk saying the same thing, so it's definitely not Johnny Football.
How about Clinton-Dix?
That, yes. He's still on the board?
Yep.
It's not him.
Holy shit.
Offensive lineman Zack Martin, Notre Dame.
That's not a bad pick.
That's a guy that can play. That's a guy that can play all 5 positions.
People didn't like.
Well, he'll at least keep Tony Romo up, right?
people didn't like the Wisconsin center from last year, but he was he had a good year according to the Pro Football Focus. I think he was 7th among centers. Not a guy that was slated for Dallas. You're thinking secondary, but obviously that didn't happen. So they go offensive guard.
Well, can he stop the opposing team from scoring, though? No.
Unlike
Dallas needs blocking. I mean, that's been
an offensive guard, but he absolutely could play tackle too.
They don't run the ball. They got a pretty good running back, but they don't run the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
That's because Tyron Smith can't run block to save his life. He's a great pass blocker, but still hasn't figured out the concept of run blocking.
They don't even attempt to run the ball.
Right.
Like, they'll be up like 2 touchdowns in the second half, and Murray will get like 4 carries. So I don't feel too goddamn bad for Dallas if you blow a lead in the second half and you don't try to run the ball.
You know, I'm surprised that Manziel even went to the draft because this was a possibility all along.
Well, he was the
I think
he's the biggest guy there.
Yeah, there's no way he wasn't going to show up in New York.
That's brutal.
This is how bad is this? This is
Aaron Rodgers.
A couple more picks here. This is Aaron Rodgers. This is Brady Quinn. This is probably worse than both of them already. Because every time he's the last guy in the green room too, isn't he?
Like Aaron Rodgers, I thought was the worst because it was him and Alex Smith going 1.
Yeah.
And he ended up going 25.
24, I think.
And Green Bay, he didn't really. I mean, they obviously could not have thought that he would have been there at 24.
I mean, there's other guys. I mean, Rashid Hageman, Teddy Bridgewater, they're there too.
You think Hageman gets picked in that, Marcus?
Yeah, I think so.
I think the Ravens take Clinton-Dix here.
If they don't, I'll be stunned. They need a safety so bad.
And the sad thing here is that the first thing everybody's going to be talking about after the draft. Not who was picked first, not who was traded where. It's Johnny Manziel falling, so that's really. I'm not going to watch it, but that's that's what's going to happen.
Eric Casillas just tweeted today that Dallas executives were talked Jerry out of Manziel. I believe that to be true too. Is that Jones wanted him, and his executives finally got to him and told him, no, don't take him.
Who do we got up here? Baltimore, Clinton-Dix is what Stacking thinks. The Jets at 18.
Receiver.
Yep, Brandin Cooks.
Brandin Cooks.
But I could definitely see the Ravens trading back here if, like David said, if the 49ers really want to get a wide receiver. They could get him. Otherwise, that Cody Lattimore from Indy.
Cody Lattimore.
Also, Kelvin Benjamin from Florida State. He is definitely up there, I think, to be a late first-round pick.
As a rule, I don't like any football player that plays at Indiana. For Christ's sake.
Yeah, that Lattimore, he might be a player for Chip Kelly in Philly.
Lee, too.
Chance Anthony Barr gets 1 carry in his career.
Very good.
Very good, he's all right.
I would not be surprised if he was a goal line fullback. I'm not kidding either. He's got the pedigree. He did it. His senior year in high school, he was a running back. He scored almost 30 touchdowns at a high level in Southern California. The dude knows what he's doing when he touches the ball.
What about Triple H and pedigree?
What?
You said the pedigree. That's his finisher?
Yeah, that's it. He's
going to
kicks the middle linebacker in the nuts, opposing middle linebacker in the nuts, and yeah.
Well done. We're
back
talking
like 60 seconds. Not that you're worried, but I'm still here.
We're Arizona. I think Arizona is a spot coming up here. 20 quarterback. I'm going Manziel at 20 to Arizona right now.
Could the end better if that happened?
Huh?
Better.
One more time.
I said, could Manziel, or could the NFC West get any better if Manziel went to the Cardinals?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Not too long ago, that was the worst division in football, and now that's one of the best. I mean, you got Larry Fitzgerald there, running back from Clemson, my guy. Ellington there.
And yeah.
I think we're at the point now with Manziel where I wanted him to go to Minnesota because I think Minnesota's offense would have been good enough to they have receivers, they have a good running back. They went to Cleveland. They would have went to Cleveland. They've got Josh Gordon. If you went to Oakland, they've got nobody. If you went to Jacksonville, they've got nobody. But I think we're getting to that point now where if he goes to Arizona, they have some players. Cleveland, again, I mentioned Josh Gordon's pretty good. Jordan Cameron, the tight end. So I like where Manziel may go now since Oakland hopefully is not to play in Jacksonville. Something's going on with David. I don't know what's going on there. There we go.
Ooh.
Kirk's getting mugged.
C.J. Mosley goes to Baltimore at 17. I believe there was some scuttlebutt, was there not, on Sunday about Mosley going here to 17. That did not happen. Huh?
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you said something along those lines. He ended up going 20.
Give me credit for that.
To Arizona. I had him going 21 to Green Bay. I had Baltimore taking Ebron. And we also had Baltimore going with Zack Martin to Notre Dame. So now you got the Jets. We'll see who they get to boo here.
Who'd Baltimore take? I just missed it.
Mosley.
C.J. Mosley, linebacker, Alabama.
I think Clinton-Dix and Dennard have got to be the two biggest surprises left on the board here.
Yeah, Dennard, the top 10, 15 guy now, he's really fallen off.
What does Miami need besides offensive linemen?
Troy Hildebrand not here to...
That's a good time for a punter.
Miami, obviously tackle and guard on the offensive line. Inside linebacker and cornerback.
So maybe they're going to get lucky and get Dennard there.
Yeah, Dennard or Clinton-Dix will be there. Somebody to help that secondary. Chad Pennington in attendance. It's good to see. Good to see. Chad Pennington looks like Owen Hart. Thoughts on that?
That's a slap in the face to the Hart family.
Oh, they look alike though.
Well, that's all the similarity then, because Pennington's a chip bag. He's gonna find a way. He's gonna find a way to blow out his shoulder or go into the punch bowl tonight.
Nice. Has this been an exciting draft so far? Has this been? I think this has been fairly average. Nothing really huge, besides the obvious thing. But not a lot of trades, not a ton of surprises.
I think that Buffalo-Cleveland one was pretty much a shocker to me, anyways.
Like the Shockers was a 3-4 with Bortles in the trade. Ever since then, not really anything that's really shocked anybody.
How about the Vikings only getting a 5th-round pick from the Browns? More.
Only to move one pick, I think a 5th rounder is pretty good.
3rd-rounder.
Give me a 1st-round pick next year.
Yeah, give me that Buffalo pick.
The number 1 pick. You trade and get me that pick.
Off the rail here, but Anthony Barr, let's go back to him one more time. I'm sure I'll go back to him again later on tonight, but he's a Von Miller type, and I'm not exaggerating.
Mark Schlereth, noted dumbass, earlier, said that he's a one-dimensional player, and that the next comment's ridiculous. Said he would have been there around 29, which is absurd.
Yeah, the Titans would have ran to the podium to take him if the Vikes didn't.
Well, there's no question about it. That's his go-to line. I can't stand Schlereth.
He's an asswipe.
There's a reason why they call him Stink, and it's because his opinions are just trash.
His chili or what the hell ever it is, that stuff that he's been promoting sucks too.
They call him Stink because he shit his pants when he plays.
Well, yeah, I know that.
The the linebacker area in Minnesota was a topic of conversation because it was found out that they really only play 2 guys 80-90% of the time. But with the new defense, do you expect more than 2 linebackers to play in this new defense?
More than 2?
Because the Vikings last year, you look at the snap count, it was Greenway and Henderson, and those were basically the only 2 linebackers that played. Any other linebacker besides those 2 that played maybe 20% of the snaps. So do you expect actually 3 linebackers to be on the field more than they were last year?
Yeah, I would think that would make sense. I don't think they're going to take a guy at number 9 and only have him out there a certain percentage of the time.
I mean, Greenway would be your 1, Barr would be your 2. Do you expect?
They'll both be out there.
Yeah.
They'll both be out there, but do you expect a third guy to be out there more than?
No, that third position can still be in a rotation. They got a couple of guys that didn't play a whole bunch last year. That's Gerald Hodges, Michael Motti, a couple guys on the inside that could make their. They got Jasper Brinkley back too. He might be the guy inside, but we'll see.
He's garbage.
He is.
Maybe Audie Cole could do something again.
There's plenty of options. None of them are very good though. This has got to be a receiver here for the Jets. What do you think?
I'm going defense. I'm going one of those secondary guys.
Yeah, that's true too. You got Rex Ryan, kind of halfway spaced. He was still there.
Mark Sanchez here.
Nice.
Fuck you. That was low.
That was low. What was he? Wasn't he like the 5th pick?
Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, he won a couple road playoff games, so suck it.
He won them. You can't default him for that.
He was 1 win from the Super Bowl.
For what it's
Twice.
It's worth, Adam Schefter is reporting that the Kansas City Chiefs are a team to watch out for.
Adam Schefter sucks.
Oh, come on.
You like Adam Schefter?
He's better than a lot of other people out there.
Yeah.
Also, Eagles, because Chip Kelly recruited Johnny Manziel. Let's go.
How awesome would that be?
That'd be awesome. Quarterback controversy.
Stacken doesn't like Jay Glazer. I like him.
I like him.
Glazer's the best one out there.
I wish I didn't. I don't follow him on Twitter because I don't give a shit about all the MMA.
He's not tweeting tonight, so. He said Manziel's not going 4, he's not going 5, and apparently he also said he's not going 7 to Tampa Bay. That's where everybody had Manziel going. He didn't go there. So there you go.
Trax, are you on Twitter right now?
I'm looking at it, yeah.
Did you see that Spencer Hall just tweeted about Bridgewater?
Yep, I love that.
That's an all-timer.
What's it say?
Teddy Bridgewater is watching high above New York City in the Papa John's garlic butter sex.
Nice.
Parachute in. No.
Jets are going secondary here.
Wow.
Safety Calvin Pryor from Louisville.
Wow.
So with Dennard and Clinton-Dix still out there.
So the
He's
Jets
driving like a rock.
lose games because they can't score points? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, yeah, we got the Jets with a good defense, so they obviously take defense. We got Detroit with, they can put up some yards and points, so they obviously take offense. Miami coming up at 19 offensive lines, the big thing for them, but we had Quanjo going there, but with one of these secondary guys there, I would want to, if I'm a Miami fan.
I don't want Clinton-Dix to go to Green Bay, and I fear that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope he does, and he's a terrific player, and he intercepts Vikings quarterbacks for 15 years, and every time he does, I'll say, and just have a great fucking time. How about that?
That doesn't sound like any fun.
Well, that sounds like a whole hell of a lot of fun. That's what I like. Jets, I had them taking Marquise Lee. We, the Sports Lounge, had them taking Marquise Lee. And I had them taking Odell Beckham. So, of course, they go secondary here.
Sports Lounge had it right.
Sports Lounge.
Should have taken Marquise Lee.
Yeah.
Could Arizona go defensive backfield again and get Clinton-Dix here? You know how sick that backfield would be?
That's so true.
Honey Badger, Peterson, Clinton-Dix, are you kidding me?
Honey Badger. Draft him again.
For my money, Patrick Peterson's a top 5 player at any position in the league right now.
He could they'll demand more money. He could get more money than what Sherman got yesterday. Think about it. He returns punts. He can be a two-way guy. They've thrown him in on offense from time to time, too. So
Hey, guys, to return punts.
But he scores touchdowns when he returns the punts, though.
Okay.
Very good. He does
I don't pay him, though.
Not anymore.
No, I don't pay him.
Just looking at
Peterson's been in the league for 3 years. He's 3-time Pro Bowler. That's pretty rare.
Looking at the snap count here for the Bengals defense, Vontaze Burfict, he played all the time. Carlos nope. Ray Maluga played a little bit. I'm not sure the injury situation here. But James Harrison, terrible. But, again, linebackers for Cincinnati did not play a whole hell of a lot. That third linebacker only played just under 400 snaps. So what are we talking about? 25 per game, if that. So not a ton. Probably be the same with Minnesota. An interesting thing here. The Jets use a 2-3-6 defense 11% of the time last week.
God bless Rex Ryan.
That was a little bit higher than the league average of 7%.
All right, I'm going to call it right now. I think Manziel goes to Arizona.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not exactly your best guy to train him in or break him in with Palmer still out there in the desert.
But Arizona's got Fitzgerald and Ellington, and they've got some guys to throw to. So.
Yeah.
I hope they cut Carson Palmer tonight.
Not even going to respond to that one.
Little ESPN has referred to Johnny Manziel 36 times in the first hour and a half.
I'm surprised it's not more.
yeah, that's slow.
Who did you say?
Johnny Manziel's been referenced by ESPN 36 times in the first hour and a half.
That doesn't seem right.
That was before the Cowboys pick, though, so it skyrocketed then.
After that, I'm sure that did not help.
Do we think they'll have anything else tonight? They seem
I think Minnesota's trading back up here. I don't know why you wouldn't. Get this thing going every year. 2 first-round picks. Second rounders, maybe something. Third rounders, maybe. But after that, trade all of your fucking picks 4 through 7, and move up as high as you can.
I'll be very surprised if the action doesn't pick up here pretty quick.
The trades?
Yeah. If it doesn't happen tonight, the top of round 2 tomorrow is gonna be crazy.
Any truth to the rumor that Manziel has offered Rex Ryan foot rubs to be drafted?
True.
This is true.
Going back to Manziel again here, Ian Rappaport says that Jerry Jones did not campaign for him very much in their war room, so there are conflicting stories already about how much he wanted him.
I said at the end of last year I think Houston's going to be a playoff team next year because they fall in that category of team that lost a lot of close games. If they would get Clowney and Manziel, how would that work out?
That would be a good 1-2 punch, but I think they got more holes than that. And obviously I'm not sold on Manziel as being the answer, but could put my foot in my mouth too.
So we expect Houston to take a quarterback sometime in the second or third round.
Yeah, I think they have to. I think Bridgewater's their guy all along, and they're probably the ones that were after his shitty pro day and saying that he sucks. They could get him at the top of round 2.
Yeah.
It's already 10:15 here on the East Coast, and the room.
Yeah, you are on the East Coast. Yeah.
They just passed halfway. It's kind of stupid. They should have started when they have an hour earlier.
And you're in Florida.
The thing that I mentioned that I didn't like is obviously we know that some of these picks 5 minutes before, and this is just a TV show to where the pick is in, but they continue to talk about it. And if the pick's in, get it done. Get it done. It doesn't even take 4 hours. It just take 2.5.
This is going to take all night.
Pick 27, Goodell's going to come out and, half-hour break. Everyone go get some food.
The lights are going to go out like the Thunder game last night, and they're going to have to postpone the draft 20 minutes to turn the lights on again.
They should have had this at the Superdome.
Everybody wears a snorkel.
They don't have sewage in there anymore, though.
That's what you think.
What's that?
That's what you think.
They did save the Bud Light cutout of Billy Joe Tolliver, though.
Brent Dilfer, noted dumbass. Tampa should consider getting back into the first round when appropriate and pick Johnny Manziel.
Why?
Because Tedford will groom him and Lovie Smith will fix the defense.
That would be kind of interesting to have.
Buccaneers? I thought you said the Panthers.
No.
Okay. Yeah, the Buccaneers. That makes sense. Okay.
Our guy, Mike Miller, just said the Vikes need to trade back in and get Manziel.
Meth user Mike Miller?
Yeah.
No.
He knows.
He knows what's up.
What's Nate Walters have to say?
Not sure.
Nate Walters, avid Minnesota sports fan.
Yeah. What's Macy Miller have to say?
Did you see the thing that Walters tweeted out earlier today about Brady Quinn?
Yep.
No, I didn't. What was it?
He wanted Brady Quinn over Peterson. In that draft.
Yeah.
Not good. Macy Miller retweets, mark my words, Anthony Barr will be a star.
Oh,
There you go.
In somebody's Park and Rec flag league in 5 years. That's unfortunate.
Miami's pick is who?
Jawan James. What
Wow.
That guy's made up.
Did
Wow.
I believe noted draft expert Blake Day wanted him over Quanjo?
Yeah.
I believe he tweeted something to when we were doing the show about how he wanted a couple other guys over Quanjo. So I believe this was one of those guys.
All you need to know about him is I believe that Lane Kiffin is the reason he's at Tennessee. So there you go.
Yes. Yeah, Blake said either Mosley, Shazier, or even Jawan James for him, so he gets one of his guys. Any rumors swirling in the Stacking household?
Well, my roommate, Ravens fan, loves the Ingram pick.
The who?
The Ingram pick.
Mosley.
Mosley. Why am I am struggling today.
You suck with names, dude.
That too,
Don't trade the pick to the Saints.
how many high C's have you had tonight, Stacking?
Yeah. I've had 0. I don't know what the hell is my issue tonight.
Trade.
Yep.
Get a trade going on.
The Saints.
As Schottenkirk has said here, the Saints, something starts happening in the back half of the first.
I think it's Cook.
It's a receiver. It's got to be.
Brandin Cooks out of Oregon State.
Yeah. It's him or Lee.
Yep.
If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I'm getting on the horn trying to talk to maybe you work out a deal with Cincinnati, get me that quarterback, because Cleveland's there 26, and Arizona, we've stated we think Arizona's taking a quarterback, and they have fallen for some reason. They're showing Derek Carr. He's got a lot of people there. They're probably going to have to come back tomorrow.
Why is ESPN just showing Derek Carr? Why the hell do we care?
They know.
Why would the Saints trade up to get Derek Carr?
Gil Brandt says that Johnny Manziel is still the best player in the draft no matter where he goes. Gil Brandt, you go to the old folks' home, buddy.
You know who I can't stand? Charlie Casserly.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's awful.
How did he build the Redskins into a couple titles?
The Saints might be drafting a backup here, guys. Breeze is 35.
No, they.
Yeah. Why would they come? Arizona was going to take a QB. Why would they trade up in front of him? Unless they wanted.
I like Johnny Manziel. I don't like the Saints. They're starting to get near Green Bay Packer territory. I'd be tempted to put Saints over Green Bay as my most hated team.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I like him. New Orleans is a great city.
Go to hell.
For as much as I hate Manziel, there are people, and I kind of do agree with it. If Manziel can figure out how to stay in the pocket, become a pocket passer, he's reminiscent of Breeze in the pocket. He already is.
I would say that the stats say that Manziel is the best pocket passer based on completion percentage. And I believe he was, of the group that they mentioned, he was the 4th worst that came outside the pocket.
All that talk, I got the pick here.
You got the pick here, and I'm guessing it's not Johnny Manziel.
Nope. It's Stacking's good.
Brandin Cooks.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Beavers, the Beaver Nation's really rising up here, guys. This is a speedster. He is just unbelievable.
As long as South Carolina never plays Oregon State, we should be fine. Okay.
Let's go Beavers!
Go Cox!
Bobby Boucher, Twitter account, just tweeted at this point. I should get tweeted before Johnny Football. How the hell is Clinton-Dix on the board?
He won't be after the Packers are done.
And what's his face from Michigan State?
Darqueze Dennard?
Yeah, they have their choice. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so
with their pants.
Okay, so if the Vikings actually traded back up and somehow Clinton-Dix was still on the board and they got him, I'd be completely satisfied with that.
Who?
Clinton-Dix, or take Dennard. I don't care which one you take.
We were talking about taking Dennard at 9. Now he's there at 21.
Third round pick. That doesn't seem like much.
Third round pick to move up from 27 to 20, so move up 7 spots late in the first round. A third round pick. Seems about right.
That's awful.
Okay, we got what? 12 picks left. What are the chances Johnny Football doesn't go tonight? 2%?
Less than 10%.
New England. Give me New England, boys. Get that done.
Oh, my God.
Get that done.
Oh, if that happens, I quit.
Get it done, goddammit.
I'm Tebow. They'll take a chance on Manziel.
If Denver... Brock Osweiler is going to be a terrible quarterback, but Denver should seriously be looking as well. Brock Osweiler, another 7'5" giant. He's huge, so of course he's going to be great.
He's Ryan Mallett reincarnated.
I'm a big Ryan Mallett guy. I want to see what he can do, but Osweiler,
New England's done with him, evidently.
rumored to be traded to Houston sometime tomorrow. Middle round pick.
How old is Mallett? He's been in the league for, what, 4 or 5 years now?
25, 26.
Yeah, he's going to be 26 before the start of next season.
So it's about, what his 5th-year option's up next year, so they got to do something with him here in the next year or two.
Yep.
Unless Brady just dies.
Tom Brady dead.
Dead.
Noted jackass Hunter Mahan, professional golfer, just tweeted, ratings for day 2 could be as high as day 1! Exclamation point. Get the fuck out.
Hunter Mahan's a professional golfer? I haven't noticed lately.
Hey, just in case, Mr. Expert. Sure glad you picked Adam Scott this week, fucker.
How's who's out there? Kuchar, how'd Kuchar do?
Solid first round.
Good.
Very solid. He'll be there.
He eats shit,
If
David.
the Browns get... No, let's see here. Who'd the Browns pick?
They picked Gilbert.
Gilbert. Number 21, Green Bay Packers, a pair of cornerbacks in a division that has tremendous receivers. This seems too easy. 2 of these guys falling to 21. Green Bay, I think, does it again.
Every year it seems like they get a pick whoever they want, no matter where they're selecting. It's stupid.
And it makes sense to go cornerback. A lot of teams have not picked guys that we thought they would, like Detroit or Dallas or the Jets or Miami. But the Green Bay seems to be one of those teams that they'll pick the best guy available here, and obviously it's one of these 2 guys.
I don't think the Saints are going to make the playoffs this year.
What?
Good luck with that.
What?
I'm leaning towards the Bucs right now.
Tampa Bay?
get
Who
out.
the fuck's Tampa Bay got?
Lovie Smith, good defense.
Lovie Smith, notorious non-playoff maker. What, he made it 2 times in 7 years?
I think you watch out this year.
Stacking.
Have fun having Josh McCown as your quarterback. Come on.
Come on. Eddie McCown.
And Jay Cutler was in Chicago this year.
What?
McCown. No dice on McCown. Everybody loves the Brandin Cooks pick.
Yes.
I do too. Probably the fastest receiver in the draft.
Oh, Jason Lockford's phone just fried.
Oh, no.
We get it working back for next pick. Sorry. Oh, damn it. I really wish I could find out the picks 5 minutes before they happen.
He's been slacking. Lockford's been slacking. There hasn't really been a whole lot going on. What do we got in the NBA tonight?
Heat won.
The Heat up 2-0.
San Antonio all over.
Just whipping Portland.
Thanks for playing, Portland. We'll see you next year.
How about the Bruins and Canadiens scoreless going into overtime?
So much drama.
What, Montreal's up 3-1?
2-1.
Is this a big surprise? Montreal making this run?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Carey Price, a very good goalie. All it takes in the playoffs is a hot goaltender. PK Subban's really good. They have Thomas Vanek. I am not surprised by Montreal's run that they've been on. Surprised that they swept Tampa Bay, yes, but that
Were
they're...
they 4 seed or what were they?
They were the
3
in the Atlantic.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
Boston's the one?
Yes. Boston's the overall top seed.
Not a big fan of how they did those playoffs.
Not this year. I'm not either.
Dumb.
It creates the regional rivalries, though. That's what they're going after. It's stupid, and the concept, I understand them that way, too.
Montreal, Tampa Bay, I mean, fuck, they could have taken a bus between the
I love it.
I understand. Like David said, I understand the concept, like trying to get the rivalries, the regional rivalries. But to me, it's always nice. Oh, if the 7 seed beat the 2 seed, they have to play the 1 seed, or the 3 seed play the top seed. I don't think we're truly getting the best teams playing right now.
The 1 seeds have the advantage because if the 7 seed pulls the upset, they're probably playing the 7 seed.
Exactly. You're not getting that here.
So, does any other sport playoff reseed after that, or does usually they just play it out?
No, I think the NHL is the only one.
The worst part about the Johnny Manziel thing is probably having the camera in your face all night.
I love it.
I love it too.
I haven't seen him in a while.
He's about ready to break down in tears.
Have they been doing these walk-up songs or not?
Yeah, you can't hear him, though.
What the hell's the point of this?
They gotta bleep out every word probably.
What the hell's the point of this?
Dad's been tweeting out all the songs before the draft started, and a couple guys had the same song. How stupid is that? They're all Drake and rap songs. There's one or two that, yeah.
What, do you think somebody was coming out to Chuck Berry?
Why not?
Brooks and Dunn.
Brooks and Dunn. Come on.
Conway Twitty.
Jeez, now we're talking.
Elvis.
You haven't had a draft until you have Conway Twitty.
I only do it for you, Kriens.
Good.
All right, I'm unfollowing SportsCenter. Last tweet was the final straw.
What they tweet?
A picture of Bortles and his girlfriend. Just clicks because of his girlfriend.
I love it.
Again, Jacksonville only drafted Bortles to get his girlfriend.
How stupid does Jacksonville look right now? They could have had fucking Sammy Watkins and a quarterback. No, we gotta pick Blake Bortles. No.
Bortles is my guy, but I agree. It's kind of that was pretty
Sammy
stupid.
Watkins, for Christ's sake. Come on. You're stacking. You're big on Buffalo. What about Buffalo now?
I think they're the second best team in the AFC East. I really do. I think they have potential to do it.
Come on.
No, they have a very good pair, but Stevie Johnson's got to stay healthy on offense. Their running backs, C.J. Spiller can have a big year, possibly. Fred Jackson, Sammy Watkins is going to do a lot of stuff. I'm not going to give up on E.J. Manuel yet, and You look at their defense, I guess the big question is Marcel Darius now with his whole drug issue in Alabama, but in terms of they got Kiko Alonso, I think the AFC is so wide open apart from New England. I don't see why Buffalo can't be the second best team. I'm not saying they're going to make a wild. 8-8, I think, is definitely possible, and I think that's what it would take to get second.
Let me sit and applaud Green Bay's selection. I have turned around on Green Bay, my least favorite team of all time. They're starting to grow on me as every year. They're terrific. They're just goddamn. I mean, look at this pick. Ha ha.
He fell into their laps.
Look at that. Suck some of that, everybody else. Boom. Look at that.
Great pick. Why does it have to be the Packers?
Because they're actually good. They got people that know what the hell's going on.
I hate it.
They've got 40 years of quarterbacks here between Rodgers and Favre just beating the hell out of people. Super Bowls up the ass. They're just terrific. Just terrific.
Kriens, we can't be friends anymore.
I'm sick and tired of this Minnesota horse shit year after year.
The Packers
can't
be somebody
it's
else.
very sickening. When you got
Pick
the other
somebody else. Pick a different team. Pick the 49ers. Pick the Steelers.
Green Bay is just so damn good. They got a quarterback worth a damn. They got a Hall of Fame quarterback. Big fan. Big goddamn fan.
Fuck you, Kriens.
I know, F me. This 12-year-old me is not happy right now.
This isn't okay.
12-year-old me is not a happy camper.
Who do you like more, the Packers or the Vikings?
Tough. Vikings.
At least we still have that.
Yes.
These picks take so long because they got to stitch the damn name on the back.
Picks. We got what, 11 picks left. Is it gonna be over before midnight?
Yes. Well, our time, yeah. Your time.
Oh, it'll be over by 10:30, 11:30 his time.
It's already 10:30. Nine? Okay.
It's not gonna be over an hour, Stack. Are you kidding me?
We got another hour 15.
We got another hour and a half at least.
No.
There's still 11 picks.
Mark Kern, friend of the program, Kansas resident. Scuttlebutt on Kansas City. He wants Manziel here.
Okay.
Alex Smith doesn't like the world on fire. Defense, first half of the year, defense carried them. Second half of the year, when the defense wasn't as good, they were not as good. So. Trent Tarkington tweets, missed an opportunity by not drafting Johnny Manziel.
Hey, he doesn't know what Rick Spielman's going to do.
I'll settle down my Green Bay talk if they do pull the trigger on the quarterback. But, time's wasting here.
Nah. Terry Vanderbeck with either the funniest or the stupidest tweet of the night, depending if you're a Green Bay fan or not.
I liked it.
Terry Vanderbeck. I got nothing.
I saw that recycled numerous times.
Yeah.
So I'll call him a joke stealer.
The Simpson thing?
Right. If you're a Green Bay fan, I'd be on the ground laughing because that's hysterical. But
I don't know about hysterical.
Tough crowd tonight, Drexler. Tough crowd.
You got to work for your money.
Only you.
Where would Bortles have gone if not 3?
Either 8 to the Vikes or 11 to the Titans.
5 to the Raiders.
You just want to kill him?
No, I mean they took Jamarcus Russell. Try telling me why they wouldn't take Bortles. You don't have a good reason. There you go.
One's white, one's black.
It's interesting now to go back and look at that schedule and see who's going to be facing who now. See if there's any intriguing matchups there, schedule-wise. Who's Minnesota got week 1?
At St. Louis.
So they'll be who the hell did they pick?
Robinson and Aaron Donald.
Vikings will be 0-1.
Castle knocked out ACL first game.
And then week 2 at home against New England. 0-2. Here we go.
So Manziel, he'll be.
Then they're going at New Orleans, so 0-3.
September sucks for them.
They beat St. Louis.
They're going to be 1-4 at best.
It's at New Orleans?
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah, that's brutal.
To Atlanta, then at Green Bay.
Yeah, that's brutal. 1-4 at best.
Yep.
That mock draft. I don't know if Stacken saw this, but there's that mock draft out there, that funny ha-ha mock draft.
Cleveland just moved back up.
Is this it, Era? Is this it? Are we done? They traded with Philadelphia?
Cleveland trading. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is a quarterback.
Damn it.
Calm yourself.
Probably Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
I'm disappointed in Rick Spielman right now.
Well, let's get done with this first round and see what happens.
Cleveland's made it a habit of saving these guys out of the green room. Brady Quinn.
Brandin Whedon.
And Whedon.
Matt Zimmer, not a fan of not picking a quarterback.
No, he's pretty angry.
Who's pissed off?
Matt Zimmer.
Oh.
It
Yeah,
says,
Jesus Christ.
Says worst part is they took a linebacker, not a shutdown corner or dominant pass rusher.
Shit.
Cleveland's going nuts.
The Vikings were trying to trade up for Manziel.
Says who?
Says Jay Glazer.
And we believe him because he's the best.
He is the best.
Okay, then I'll believe him.
So Jay Glazer says Cleveland trying to trade up for Manziel. Also says Vikings were trying to trade up for him too. If you sit on your ass long enough and don't get something done, this is what happens.
Warren Sapp says it's Teddy Bridgewater.
Warren Sapp's wrong.
Warren Sapp's stupid.
Oh my God! What if it was, and then the Vikings could still trade and get him?
Well, yeah, but you can't be sitting on your hands and screwing around like this. I mean, you gotta. If you want the guy, then fucking trade up. Arizona, they traded. Trade with him.
Oh, damn it, Jason locking for it. Dream's over.
Jay Glazer, Vikings thought they had to deal with the Eagles, and Browns came with a better offer. Good God.
This is tremendous for me. This is great.
Good God.
This is great. They have a team just piss it down their leg this bad again. And to be this close to the guy couldn't, for me, for entertainment purposes, 10 out of 10.
Johnny Manziel doesn't look that happy.
I think he's more relieved.
You couldn't have scripted it any better if you're a Viking.
Okay, he's happy now.
This could be the worst thing ever if Manziel turns out to be really good. Because if they tried to trade, they thought they had it, and then Cleveland pulled the rug from them and got up and took Manziel. This is one of those moments that could go either way in a big way.
So Browns take Brady Quinn, 22nd overall, Brandin Whedon, 22nd overall, Johnny Manziel, 22nd overall. There you go. Charlie Fry. Tears of joy.
Told you the Browns would be the biggest story of the draft.
I think that was fairly obvious.
Cleveland finally got Rick Spielman.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They did. Yeah, I don't see anywhere else besides Jay Glazer, unless I'm missing something here, that the Vikings were in this year. I don't know how he's so much better than everybody else. That he gets
Because everyone is afraid of his mixed martial arts ability.
Well,
Give him the right information.
like is this not the first thing he's tweeted all night? Basically, this is the first thing he's tweeted all night.
Yeah.
So he doesn't screw around. When he tweets something, something's going down. So what do we know what they traded?
No.
They just showed it on the screen. I missed it.
So what? Where they went from 26 up to 22. They only went up 4 spots. So Minnesota, they had to go up. They had the 40th pick, so they had to move up. What would it be? 18 spots. Yeah, like I don't know why you wouldn't try to trade with Arizona. Well, any team before Cleveland, because you got to get ahead of Cleveland, because you know they're taking a quarterback.
Well, either way, that's Spielman's job on the line right there. If 2 years from now Manziel turns out to be good, and the Vikings start shit at the quarterback position, he's done. Because if why did they? If they really wanted Manziel, why would they even mess around and let Cleveland come back up and get him when they thought they had something done with Philly?
I don't know. I'm not happy either way now.
Second and third rounder to move up whatever the hell you had to do, get that done and finished.
Because it's obvious to me, even if no one says it, that they wanted Johnny Football. So what do you do now? Wait until tomorrow to get a quarterback, or what the hell?
Trade back up and get somebody in this first round here. You pick at 40, so you can move up at least 15 more spots here.
I don't think they can wait. I don't think they can wait till tomorrow.
The guy is already done with, so
not at 40. I mean, they got to move up from 40, and might as well get in the first round if you can.
Like Bridgewater's the only quarterback out there that I would want, and I really don't think he's going to be all that better than average. So unless you wait for next year, I don't know.
Kyle Shanahan's in Cleveland now, isn't he?
Yep.
That actually makes me kind of like that pick, even though I hate Manziel.
How, if you're the Vikings, can you be that stupid?
Because they're the Vikings. We know this. This is what they do.
Oh. Ziggy Wells should just storm right into Spielman, into the war
Wells
right now.
Doesn't know the difference between his ass and a hole in the ground. He doesn't know shit.
Yeah, Glazer's tweeting again here. He's just confirming the fact and making it clear that Minnesota wanted Manziel. This is not good.
Well, if you want the guy, then fucking get up before Cleveland 22. Get up to Arizona 20, or take the guy at 8.
If you're Spielman, you can't come out publicly and say that you wanted him now, though. You got to say
if you wanted Johnny Manziel this goddamn bad, you should have taken him with your first pick.
Exactly.
Fucking ridiculous.
Especially when you trade it down.
Anthony Barr may be a terrific player, but he's not the difference between playoffs or not. I don't know any linebacker that's big of a difference. Obviously, quarterback's a big goddamn deal. And Jay Glazer said Cleveland not at 4, never said Cleveland anywhere. They get him at 20.
It's not that they didn't draft him, it's that they failed in trying to trade to get him. That's the shittiest thing of this whole.
It's the fact that it was there for so long. He's been there for now 3 hours.
And all it took was a third-round pick. Oh, don't the Vikings have an extra third-round pick that they got from Seattle? Trade 2 of them. Trade 2 of them.
They got an extra third and they got an extra 5th.
God.
Eagles got a third-round pick. So what the hell did they give up? So they went up 4 spots from 26 to 22, and it cost them a third-round pick.
So the Vikings would have had to give up considerably more.
The Vikings had to go from 40 to 22, which is 18 instead of 4.
So, yeah.
Give up your second rounder and your third rounder. If that's not enough, an extra 5th rounder, get that done.
How long does it take for a witness sign a Johnny Manziel on a poster in Cleveland like LeBron had?
Not long.
10 minutes.
Okay. Vince Young's in that locker room with Johnny Manziel. That's hysterical to me.
Get him out.
They're gonna end up dead on a street corner somewhere.
Nothing ever goes good for the. Nothing ever breaks for the Vikings.
I'm looking forward.
And they always make their own bed too. They made their bed now.
I can't wait for the. I'm sure this will be on First Take or whatever shitty shows they have on. But Manziel going to Cleveland. How does this impact LeBron James coming back?
Oh, yeah.
Go to hell. Shut
That'll
the
be
fuck
a
up.
thing.
Shut the fuck up is what I say to that.
So, I mean, the next 3 months is that Manziel's a savior for all of Cleveland sports.
You know what, though? Cleveland fails so much at the draft. Maybe he's going to fail.
That's true. I mean,
I still think he does, but if there was one spot where I think he could go with the offense coordinator, it's Cleveland. That would make sense to me with Shanahan. But give him 5 years, he's not in the league.
Nathan Stacken said Browns not winning the division, but being a factor with Pittsburgh, old, Baltimore, iffy, Cincinnati can't win in the playoffs. So I'm trade up now. Get the Dennard. Get a cornerback here.
So essentially, the Cleveland trade last year, Richardson and Indy, made them mobile enough to pull this off and get Johnny Football on that.
So they traded Richardson for Manziel.
In a roundabout way, yeah.
That's true.
That's even more sickening. Chiefs with a bit of stunner here.
D4.
Yeah. I love him.
I'm kind of bummed out now.
Yep.
I can tell.
No, you can't.
Yeah, yes, I can.
You're on
I didn't think you wanted him that badly.
Huh?
I didn't think you wanted Johnny Football that badly.
Well, just the fact that they wanted him, that's exciting. The Vikings actually, I mean...
The fact they failed on the execution is demoralizing.
I just would like to know where they had him on the draft board.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. No, but if they had him mid-teens, and I just
like if you see him get past Dallas,
that's got to be your cue to go.
Like if he gets past Dallas, okay, you got Arizona at 20. We got to get somewhere around there. We got to get this thing. So enjoy your cornerback. Enjoy Derek Carr. I mean, the thing that would top this off is if they took Derek Carr in the second round. That would just be, if I could write this script out to completion, Derek Carr would put this thing to bed for me.
The only thing that'll turn this around for me is Bridgewater.
Yeah.
He's the only quarterback I want now.
I agree.
How is Darqueze Dennard still on the board? Am I missing something?
Maybe it's like when people make their mock drafts and they just forget a guy and say, oh, well, we forgot him. He just fell down.
It's going to be a great pick for San Diego, probably, if they want him.
You know who's really happy is Nick Hartley.
Oh, my stack in, you son of a bitch. Why?
Get off here. Get off.
Keep piling it on. Anything else you can pile on. That is terrific. Let's see what he has to say. I'm sure
I'll be back. I gotta go call Josh Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, let me know how that goes.
I will. I'll be back.
Tell him we're all very pissed off.
Okay.
Sean Cable, not okay. Hartley's Huddle Media, the number one source in sixth grade basketball in the region.
You want to know sixth grade basketball in white? Here we go.
Boom.
Bengals just made the best value pick of the draft.
They take him?
Yeah, they took Dennard or Dennard, or what the hell have you pronounce it?
Darqueze.
I think that was Traxler's guy about 2 months ago.
Darqueze Dennard, yep.
Since we got some time here, something I want to mention right away off the thing. As far, we've heard every single report out there, as far like every player going everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, as far as, and nobody knows who these sources are, and they're not giving them up. As far as accountability and reporting something like 2 months beforehand, or even, just you go to rumors, like that rumors page, and you just look at everybody, and they're saying this guy, and this guy, and that guy, and this guy. Like, what is the value in throwing shit up against the wall when none of it sticks?
Page views.
Page views. Yeah, so Cleveland Browns, winner of this first round thus far tonight. They get a cornerback, they get the quarterback, and they get Buffalo's first round pick next.
What a bad trade by Buffalo. You can sit there and you can look at,
if Buffalo doesn't make that trade, does this happen?
No.
Fucking Buffalo.
Buffalo got their guy, though, in Watkins. That's a pretty damn good move.
Yeah, but, that's going to be a top 10 pick for Cleveland next year.
Yeah.
That'll way, Cincinnati. That's getting it done.
What?
Darqueze Dennard, Cincinnati knows.
Thought I said that like 5 minutes ago.
I'm not listening, sorry.
No, wasn't.
You never listen.
Yeah, I know.
percent chance Minnesota comes back up. I'm thinking 20%.
Get something fucking done here, Jesus Christ! Time's
Pretty low
wasting.
now, I think. I would
Jesus
expect.
Christ.
I'm just going to guess that they're going to do something in tomorrow. They'll move up tomorrow.
It might be New England again that they move with if they do.
Well, fuck, if they want a quarterback, I mean, they're all going to be taken by 40.
We know New England's going to move. I mean, they just never stay. So
Fuck, yeah, do that New England bullshit again. Have everybody bitch of, oh, they gave up 17 picks. God damn it.
Well, Arizona's got to take one at 27.
Well, one of them was a fucking 17th rounder, and the other one was a 15th rounder, and the one was the second and the fourth or whatever the hell. So, and they got Patterson, and he's pretty goddamn good.
Chargers picks in.
17th rounder, huh?
The little known 17th round of the NFL draft. Yes.
Good.
Jason
Brock
Verrett.
Jensen does have a chance to get drafted then.
Who?
Brock Jensen does have a chance to get drafted then.
No. Jason Verrett, cornerback, TCU going to San Diego. Got a run on cornerbacks here. Eagles are on the clock.
Marquise Lee here probably.
Do they take? Is it three defensive backs here in a row for Philadelphia? They're going late. You say?
It's a Lee or a D-back, but there's not much left.
Yeah, the first round cornerbacks are pretty much done.
They get that Roby out of Ohio State.
Yeah, he's still out there. Do you expect the NFL in a couple of years to take this first round, split it into 2 days?
What?
There's been a rumor that they may split the first round in 2 days.
Oh, no. God damn it.
So we're talking Cleveland still not done as the rumor.
Yeah, Cleveland, keep trading up. Do whatever you want to do now.
Trying to get back in the first round. Who do they want here?
What? We only have to give up one third-round pick? We'll do it.
Marquise Lee. Yeah, I have no idea where the order of the draft here is. With all this movement of Cleveland, I don't know where they pick next.
Cleveland will pick 3 of the last 7 here in the first round, probably.
Nice. See, they're doing. I love Cleveland now because they're doing my thing of trading up. Get those first round. If you're getting 3 first rounders, you're winning every time.
Is there a team you don't love?
The Saints. The Saints and San Jose State, both of them. Cleveland, big fan of Cleveland. Green Bay, haha. Minnesota, eat shit.
Yeah, there's St. James, and there's one other some place else too. Yeah.
I like Buffalo. Got Watkins, but I don't like it that they traded up because that cost Minnesota. Nathan Stacking, what do we got?
It's a Papa John's pizza.
God damn it.
That's my boy. I love you.
Thanks, David. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It's only because he's got to say that company line.
Oh,
Yeah, company
Great.
line.
great. Thanks, Marcus. No, I just got off the phone with Josh at Blog Talk Radio. He said he had spoken with. I was calling about the Lions pick. Apparently, I'm their designated Lions fan tonight because there are none left in America. And
Well, ironic that your man crush goes to Detroit.
maybe. He
Cleveland,
said that he had talked with someone who blogs about the Lions and disclosed the situation and said that the Lions have a lot of young guys in the secondary that not many people know about that needed a chance to grow, and that's
good. Because they're not any good. That's why nobody's ever heard of them. Because they're shitty players.
well. That's what he told me, and he said that this guy said they needed another playmaker on offense, and you know what? I agree to a degree if it had been Watkins or Evans. But the fact that you use the 10th pick on a tight end
Well,
when there are so many pressing needs. But Josh is really high on this guy. He's one reason why I was stupid enough to put him at 6 to Atlanta before I switched it out and did it to 9 in my post today. But he really likes him, and then we got talking about the Vikings, and I said how down I am, that this is what the Vikings always seem to do, and he said, trust me, Bridgewater will be there. If they want to trade up for him, he will be good.
They're coming. Albert Breer just tweeted that they're working on something right now.
We'll work on something and get Bridgewater to make this. Who do you got here? Who's tweeting this?
Albert Breer tweeted it and Rand Ball retweeted it. That's where I saw it.
Albert, okay.
Let's go. No wasting any time.
Just saying there's something in the works and they're trying to get something done here.
They're gonna take Derek Carr. They are.
Well, you better get. That'd be stupid as hell. You got to get with Philadelphia right here and get back on the goddamn horn with Philadelphia because Arizona's coming up.
Yes.
This is one of those prisoner in the moment type situations, though. You're panicking.
For the rest of time, for the rest of goddamn time, I want 2 first-round picks. I want them to trade back into the second round. I enjoyed it last year when they had 3 guys. I loved it when they did it with Harrison Smith 2 years ago. Do it every goddamn year. 2 first-round picks. This is not a prisoner of the moment. This is a long-term thing that I want every year. Continue.
Well, that's really all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be shocked if this isn't Marquise Lee to Philly here.
Adam Pac-Man Jones. It don't matter who Cleveland get. We gonna bet that ass.
They're gonna bet the ass.
We gon' bet that ass.
Bet the ass.
We gon' bet that ass.
I'm not sure what that means.
It's supposed to be B, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, I will just say, to recap the last couple of picks, the Bengals, that's a great pick getting Dennard, and I like the pick by the Chargers getting Verrett.
The Bengals.
Anything else on the phone call?
No, he just said that, he asked me if the Lions needed to pick a defensive player in the second round. I said, well, considering that they've talked about trading Sue, maybe go defensive line.
Whoa. Who's this?
There have been rumors that they want to trade Sue, get some of that salary cap off, get some of his salary off the books. And if Hageman's there, or
trade your best defensive player.
If he's stop on, guys, you might as well.
Jesus Christ, Detroit.
So, really, it was good. He enjoyed the show on Tuesday.
Good. Kenny Zimmer, not a fan of Manziel.
No, no, I don't want to talk about him.
What kind of pizza are you eating, Stacking?
It's a pepperoni, bacon, and green pepper.
Now there we go.
When did this happen?
The concoction I came up with.
Is this fresh?
It's from earlier this evening.
Okay.
But I'm just depressed, so I eat when I'm sad.
That's smart.
I yell when I'm depressed and pissed off, I yell and scream. That's what I do.
There's no ice cream around, though, so I can't go for that. I do have lettuce in there. I should probably be eating healthier.
Make yourself a goddamn smoothie.
It's too late.
Get it done. The 10 o'clock smoothie. So they've got defensive backs that are worth the shit that nobody's ever heard of.
Go for quarterback legend Marquise Gray. Welcome to the dog pound land of playmaking.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What a shithead.
Wow. Philly was an off the board pick.
Is this the receiver?
No, some nobody. No one's been talking about.
Nobody.
Marcus Smith. Who the hell is Marcus Smith?
I don't know. Remember a couple years ago when the Raiders took Michael Moore, a safety from Ohio, in the second round, and Mel Kiper said, "I don't even have any film on this guy. I didn't think the Raiders were going to draft him." This maybe is something like that.
What does this guy do?
He's a defensive end.
From where?
Looking Louisville, I think. Yeah, Louisville.
Christ.
6'3", 251.
Well, they do need better defense. It's a surprising pick, though.
Well, you got that guy from Missouri still out there.
Yeah, that Ely would have been my pick here if they wanted a defensive end. Marquise Lee is still on the board. He's going to fall right into San Francisco's lap. I'm going to be pissed.
Without trading him.
I'm going to be so mad.
Okay, we were talking about
Carolina.
Kriens. Oh,
Yeah, that too.
Kriens, you were talking about how these analysts probably don't watch a damn bit of film.
No.
And they get thrown on there. So here's what Marshall Falk said about Jason Verrett, drafted by the Chargers. He can take on Wes Welker in the slot inside the division.
What'd he say?
Jason Verrett can take on Wes Welker in the slot inside the division. Like,
Okay.
a couple years, but he isn't going to stick with him this year. Like, Jim? Amy? Come on.
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure who San Diego's got.
They got the cornerback from TCU.
Well, I'm not sure who else they got. Maybe he's their best guy right now. I don't know. Vikings at Cleveland 2017, so this ain't going to bite us in the ass for a long time. We're fine.
Maybe he won't be in the league then.
Well, like Falk, you just say, well, who's the slot guy? Wes Welker, sure, he'll cover it. I think you can fake your way through this very well, and just say general things, and just go by and assume people know what the hell's going on.
That's what you gotta like about Wes or Marshall Falk. Mr. Generic.
So Ray Lewis just said, great fit for Philadelphia. He really broke this random guy down that nobody's ever heard of. He just said, great fit for the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's kind of amazing that ESPN spent so much money on Todd McShay.
And he's not even there.
No.
I'm sure I'll be out in full force tomorrow and Saturday. Interesting, though, Pat Forty just tweeted that Manziel and Bridgewater are going to be the third player from their team selected in the first round.
Yeah. Figured it'd be
Right.
stupid.
Arizona, take Tom Savage.
Nice. Yes. Please, Minnesota.
Vikings will take Tom Savage.
Don't pass him up. Don't pass him up.
Big arm.
Big arm.
It was between Johnny Manziel or Tom Savage.
We have Arizona here at 27. They traded down. Rumored quarterback here, rumored Derek Carr has been the big rumor for quite some time. Is this where we think they're going?
Hey-o. Back.
Derek Carr, is this Arizona here? Derek Carr, you think?
Yeah, I'm probably 80% sure that's what the pick is here.
That's fine. The Vikings could take Teddy Bridgewater then.
I believe Houston is in line for a quarterback. Yes, 33.
If Bridgewater's there for Houston, they're taking him, no questions asked.
I'm sure the Vikings would like to get up here. Only got 5 picks after Arizona, so time's wasting.
The Vikes might make another move with Seattle. Seattle doesn't want to take anybody. They want to move back and get a couple more picks.
So
Johnny Manziel was indeed the #1 quarterback on the Vikings board, according to Albert Breer.
And that's why you take him at 8.
Dumbasses.
I don't know how you wait that long.
Especially when quarterback is the #1 thing you need. I mean, I know they need linebacker and safety and whatever, but not as badly as they need a quarterback.
And did Cleveland? I want to know what they offered.
Did you just? Oh my God, I hate John Gruden.
Because Cleveland didn't offer what they offered. A 3rd-round pick is all, right?
Yep.
That's not a hell of a lot.
Well, yeah, they swapped their 1st-round picks, but that's 4 spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota, here's my 2nd, here's my 3rd, here's my 5th or 4th. Take whatever you want.
Especially after what the Packers did, getting Clinton-Dix, it's like, everything falls into place for them. He is just, well, we should expect nothing less.
Very good. Arizona, what do we got here with Arizona? Derek Carr, don't think much of him. Not very good.
John Gruden worked out with him, though. He likes him.
He liked everybody.
Plus, Frank Caliendo interviewed him.
That's tremendous.
I love when he mimics Gruden. It's great.
I like his Kuiper the best, actually.
Yes. Todd.
That's going to haunt me for the rest of the night.
Good. Don't you have to be up tomorrow morning bright and early?
Yeah. Sleep's overrated, homeboy.
Home.
Boy.
Cleveland or Arizona's pick is in. I don't know what's it going to be.
Well, they keep showing Derek Carr, so they keep tipping it.
Wow.
Come again?
It's not Carr.
Who the hell is this guy?
Safety, Washington State. He's really good.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. If he wasn't such an idiot off the field, he would have been a top 20 pick easy. A lot of guys haven't gone in the 2nd round just because of his off-the-field issues, but that's a hell of a pick.
Jason Lockenforth says that's my guy. So
very, 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 very good pick there.
Oh, damn it, the Vikings could have got him, too. No, the Vikings wouldn't have done that. Who knew they played football at Washington State?
Hell of a defense they got.
He can play corner, too. He shut down Lee very well this last year.
What's his issue? He just gets into trouble off the field?
Yeah, he's kind of an idiot off the field, and he's had a couple injuries, too. But I love that pick.
Well, considering that, think what the Cardinals did last year in taking the Honey Badger. They must have a pretty good group of characters or group of guys in that locker room that'll keep this guy on his toes and out of trouble. So it worked out well with the Honey Badger last year. It's probably going to work out well this year. How many picks have we got right today?
Are you videotaping this with your tablet there, Drexler?
Yep, how'd you know?
God damn it. This is copyrighted.
God damn it.
Without the express written consent of Blake Day, you cannot use this broadcast.
Too late.
His picks are doing.
I never saw his picks. So Carolina apparently up very fast. Marquise Lee. They have no wide receivers.
You don't like Jericho Cotchery?
For a third receiver, sure.
Isn't there an offensive lineman they need though? Couldn't they
No,
take him somewhere?
They don't need. They need a wide receiver.
Jets tried Jericho Cotcher as the number 1 receiver.
Xavier Suafilo or whatever. I'm terrible with names, as Traxler knows.
You're starting to speak in tongues now.
I'll let you mess up that one.
Panthers select Benjamin, Florida State. A big son of a bitch.
Damn it! I was gonna pick him for them.
It didn't happen.
Oh my gosh.
So you're telling me you're not surprised Benjamin went to Carolina?
No. Yeah, I guess if Schlereth says there's no question about it, my catchphrase would be, I would not be surprised.
Not be surprised.
He is unsurprised by this pick.
I might just die if Lee gets out of the first rounder.
Washington, they need a receiver. Cleveland needs, they could have a receiver.
San Fran, too.
Andrew,
Maybe this is all setting up the Sam Bradford trade for the Vikings.
fuck that. Jesus Christ.
I had to put it out there.
Great. I love how he had to come out and say he's not trading Pond. They're like, what the fuck would you get for him?
Okay,
If you can get if you can get Cousins for like a third or a fourth rounder, what the hell are you going to get for Pond? For Christ?
7th rounder.
I don't want that.
Get a bag of uninflated footballs.
Jesus Christ. Give me a good long snapper, something I can use. Jesus Christ. Give me a good
I was watching that 2004 show last night on the draft.
Yeah.
2004 draft on the NFL Network. And the Chiefs drafted Jared Allen in the 4th round to be their long snapper. Like, what a steal to get Jared Allen in the 4th round. But to pick him as your long snapper is one of the stupidest things ever.
Dumb.
So they actually got pretty lucky.
Yeah, they did. Like, why don't the Vikings ever like hit on one of those 3rd, 4th round guys? Like, you know, you have all these examples. Oh, this guy was a fucking 5th round pick.
Yeah,
like, they never hit on one of those guys.
None of them are ever Vikings. No.
Wait, Everson Griffin was a 4th round pick.
No, he wasn't.
Well, we gotta watch him play. I mean, he was just like a complete no name, not a guy that had off-field issues, just like a Jared Allen from fucking Idaho. Like, who the hell is this guy? Never heard of him.
Oh, right.
I had heard of Everson Griffin when they picked him.
By the way,
all their teams when they take Tyler Starr.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
5th round.
Now, maybe you guys have discussed this when I was not connected, but what's up with this homeless guy giving Haslam advice about drafting Manziel?
I expect Jimmy Haslam to take advice from homeless people.
Well, is that
No, he hates poor people.
This is clearly starting to mill around now. I don't know.
I have no idea what's going on.
Sal Palantonio told a story after Manziel was picked that a homeless person came up to Jimmy Haslam and said, draft Manziel, and then Haslam knew it was time to take.
What a waste of fucking time. Why would you even mention that? How does that even go through your head? I heard this story, so this is worthy of me saying on the air.
It's funny. I like it.
There was a story.
It probably happened at a Flying J truck stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then he ripped off the IRS.
Exactly. Oh, picks in for New England. Is it Hageman, or are they going wide receiver? Marcus Lee?
Bridgewater.
Ooh.
There was a story the other day about a girl in Yankton getting bitten by a dog. I saw it, didn't give two shits about it, didn't read it. Here at Kello, it's like their lead fucking story.
Good.
Like, are you kidding me? Girl bandaged up, crying. I'm like, you're putting this crap on TV. Get the hell out of here.
Best pick of the night, boys, for New England.
Easily.
Is it Hageman?
No.
Never heard of the guy. Some guy from Florida.
The best pick because New England always gets the best picks. I think best pick is Green Bay getting Clinton-Dix.
Clinton-Dix.
Too easy. Way too easy.
Easley's blown out both his knees the last couple of years, but if he hadn't, he'd be a top 5 pick.
Ooh, easily. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's top 5 talent, assuming his knees are going to be okay. He blew out his left one in 2012 and blew out his right one like October or something.
At least he's consistent.
So if the Vikings want Bridgewater, they better
Yeah, because I got a
trade
feeling
him 31 or 32.
I got a feeling Houston would probably take him. If not Houston, Oakland would probably take him.
That's going to be one hell of a price you got to pay for pick 33.
No shit.
Because if the Texans are going to take Bridgewater, I'm guessing.
Well, top 3 left on the board are Bridgewater, Carr, and Garoppolo?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Garoppolo, but I know that wouldn't be very popular.
That would be shit. Yeah, this is on Deadspin, this homeless guy.
Yep.
Who gives a flying shit about this?
Great story. Sentimental, too.
Almost as good as the dog. The girl gets.
Go out to dinner anywhere in Tennessee and nobody bothers me. But here in Cleveland, I go everywhere people know me. I go out to the homeless guy, draft Manziel. And that convinced him.
He should have given. He should give the guy now $5,000 at least.
So a homeless man, smarter than Minnesota executives. No shit you take Johnny Manziel. Jesus. Yeah, give that third rounder that Seattle gave you for Harvard and give it back to him. There was a snake in the Blazers locker room before the game tonight.
Good.
A goddamn snake. Oh shit. Get it out. Get it out.
Oh my gosh. Look, Cleveland, when they took Manziel, they put 22nd TH overall. They're not too bright.
They're trying out there. They can take whoever they want. They'll still be the Browns.
Browns could be a fringe playoff team.
They could be anything. They could be 0-16 too.
Oh, they won't be 0-16. They will be, well, at the minimum, threatened 500.
They could be 16-0.
No.
They'll be the very rare 0-16 team that makes the playoffs because that's the same as 8-8.
They'll be 4, 6, and 6.
That's not going to get them in.
Maybe. They're tying 6 other teams, so maybe they get in. Maybe they tie every division opponent they play.
That's smart. That's smart. Purposely tie.
Good idea.
Even then, you'd probably sneak your way into a win.
No. Just
You
make
might.
sure. No.
Here's a turnover, and you hit other teams try and kneel it out, go to overtime, fumbles the ball, 38-yard field goal, you win 3-0. What is Ray Lewis talking about?
It's a great fit. And whoever it is, it's a great fit.
Vince Wilfork, I'm loving this pick because then I can retire.
Jesus. Bridgewater is there. What? He looks happy. He can be the next Tavares Jackson. That'll be good.
Oh, look at Derek. That huge. Oh, man.
Derek Carr had all these friends over, but nothing's going to happen tonight.
Are they all invited back tomorrow?
Those are all of Mitt Romney's kids right there. Little known fact, he was going to commit to BYU, but didn't happen. 49ers select Jimmy Ward, safety, Northern Illinois.
Oh, I thought they were wide receiver.
Same thing with the NCAA tournament and the draft. We know it's very difficult to get even 5 right. So what's the hell of all these experts and all that? Like if
all
you
these
know,
guys are going to hell?
huh?
All these guys are going to hell?
No. Like right now. Like they're just like they don't even know who's going like the pick before. Then what's the point of me listening to these people if they don't know what the hell's going on?
Downey easily isn't even at the draft, so Goodell shook hands with some random dude in a Patriots jersey on stage.
It was probably the homeless Cleveland Browns fan.
I would like very much for this draft to end.
Jeez. The fun starts tomorrow.
That's true. It does.
The fun ended about an hour ago. That's when it ended.
It did. It ended when the Vikings were like, well, fuck it. We'll see you tomorrow.
That was a stiff blow to the balls. Stiff.
If they would have drafted Manziel, would you have been a Vikings fan again?
Oh, god damn. I wouldn't have slept.
Instead of being a Packers?
No Browns. I root for the name on the back of the jersey, not the name on the front.
That doesn't surprise me.
No.
I thought the NFL hated end zone celebrations, yet they're showing all these damn kids doing whatever the hell they want.
At least the Twins are good.
Whatever, they lost 3 or 4 to the Indians.
Thank you.
Hey, the Wild will probably lose tomorrow to the Blackhawks too, so...
Don't say that.
It's
right.
Kings Wild. What do you mean? What the hell are you talking about?
I hope you're right, Kriens. I really do.
I hope I'm right. Oh, that wasn't a prediction. I told you that's what's going to happen.
Oh, that's fact.
It's not what. Oh, what do you think may happen? Who do you like? This is what happened. Because of all the hockey that I've seen this season.
Just like at the end of the Water Boy. She gives Lynn Swan the score and says, "No, that's what the score is going to be."
No, Lynn. Oh, that's what you think? No, Jack. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
What it's going to be.
What a pile of junk. Overrated. Overrated as hell.
So, Kriens, will you be somewhat happy if the Vikings trade back into the first round and get Bridgewater?
It's not going to happen. There's only 2 picks left.
Gonna help. Only other quarterback I want. If you're not picking Bridgewater, don't pick quarterback. Don't waste your goddamn time. Maybe take Bridgewater.
In the 6th round.
No. Take Taj Boyd just to make me happy. But other than Bridgewater, if you're not taking him, don't waste your goddamn time. There's nobody else to work with.
I will allow them to take Jimmy Garoppolo on day 3.
No.
He'll be long gone.
No.
Good. Then I don't give a shit. Don't take anybody.
Oh, to think Johnny Manziel was this close to being in purple.
He was there at 8. Pick him at 8, you jackass. What stupid asses. What stupid asses. I mean, how can you be more dumb? God damn.
There's a ton of teams trying to come up right now, get ahead of Houston for a quarterback.
The Vikings will come up short again.
We're screwed.
Someone's going to come up to 32 and take Seattle's pick to get ahead of Houston.
As they should. That means Rashid Hageman, you got to come back tomorrow, buddy.
Marquise Lee's not going to get taken either. Holy shit. Broncos picks in. It's a good pick.
The guy from Notre Dame.
What?
The Notre Dame guy.
No.
The USC or UCLA guy.
No.
Roby.
Yep.
There you go. As far as people picked in the first round, I think we got about 26, 27 of them. That's pretty good.
Now, Ward gets paired with Eric Reed, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Young secondary that can really play with the best of them. Fucking Browns.
Fuck no, not the fucking Browns. The fucking Vikings. The Browns did nothing wrong. It was the goddamn Vikings' fault.
I know.
Not getting there and giving up. Oh, we can't give up our second, third rounder, for Christ's sake. You can't give up the 120th pick in the draft, for Christ's sake. There might be some special teams gunner that we gotta have. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me?
He's our number 3 rated gunner.
Oh my God, how do you pass him up?
I'm most mad at the Bills and the Eagles.
Screw the Vikings for not having the balls to make a move.
I know. I just want to blame somebody else.
Shouldn't have waited until 22 or 23. Dallas at 16, get on the horse and do it.
Could have been a great night in the for the franchise.
You're all about that new stadium and stars and Peterson and whatever. Manziel's your guy for that new stadium.
I know.
I'm not big on that. I don't give a shit who they have. But if you want your stars, that's your guy.
It'll be great when they have Marcus Mariota.
Boy, that'll be great.
Next year.
Again, a son of a bitch that runs that offense playing in Minnesota. Terrific. Terrific. Great. He fits the scheme quite well. He fits the scheme.
Can you imagine Manziel, Peterson, and Patterson in the backfield?
Yeah, I could have imagined it because I wanted it for 6 fucking months and it didn't happen. And it was right there. Jesus. I could imagine it and it could have happened. But no, I'm going to get that linebacker thing figured out.
Mariota's going to be at 50 times better than Manziel in the pros.
Mariota sucks.
He would have been the number 1 overall pick tonight.
I don't like him.
Hey, maybe the Vikings can use that extra 5th rounder they got from Cleveland to trade up.
You up to number 1.
There you go.
Like, I don't like Winston. I don't really like Mariota.
Winston's
got Jamarcus Russell written on his forehead in fucking permanent ink.
I don't think he's going to go in the first round.
See that mock draft? He's like fucking top 5.
Ian Rappaport says, watch for the Vikings to move up to 32.
Oh
I'm
my
waiting
God.
for Bridgewater here.
We're coming.
Get it done. I'm waiting. And if it's not Bridgewater, go to hell. Awful.
Peter King's dog also tweeting that several teams are trying to get in here.
Hey, I want to go back and dissect Peter King here. See what genius he thought of. Whatever. And anybody that said Mack was going number 1, Jesus Christ. Get a clue.
I'm working my sources here. That counts just looking at Twitter. Those are my sources. My sources are everybody else.
Good.
That I hate.
Like, Jay Glazer is like the anti-Peter King. Peter King just spouts shit for days. Writes fucking 10-page columns on the NFL in the middle of June. Jay Glazer says, yeah, Vikings was going to trade him, didn't happen. By the way, Cleveland's not going to pick him at 4, Raiders not at 5, Bucks not at 7. He doesn't haw around, he just says, this is what's going to happen, done.
Well, Peter King never actually gives you that either. Like he writes 10 pages, but he doesn't give you any real...
I could see this happening. Like this tweet right here. 2 hours ago. Cleveland's got to take Manziel. Great insight. Terrific insight. Awesome. Awesome.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
With Peter King, he doesn't give you anything.
Peter King is the Nathan Stack in a...
Whoa! Yes, you are so harsh.
I just said that to get you riled up, because I knew it would work.
Ouch.
Okay, Peter, 10 things that he thinks, this stupid ass.
It's not 10 things either.
It's 10A, 10B, 10 ABCD. Just garbage. Okay, let's see some. Yeah, I think he had Matt going one, which is just absurd.
Ducks and Vikings are working on that trade, boys.
Let's go, man.
Who says?
Albert Brewer.
And Jason Locken 4, but that's the only reason why the Seahawks haven't made a pick yet.
Good.
Watch out for Derek Carr here. Kriens will go nuts.
I'll punch things and hurt myself. But this is Derek Carr. This is the shit show to end shit shows. Honestly, I'd like to be Derek Carr.
Albert Brewer says it's for Teddy Bridgewater.
Good. Thank you. They can get their third best quarterback. Great.
It's still better than nothing. At least they got.
Yay. Yay. We got the Black Pennington, everybody. We got the Black Chad Pennington. Hands smaller than Stacken's frickin' face. And an arm like a wet noodle. Terrific.
Think anyone's left at the Vikings draft party anyway to give a shit?
No.
No.
They all left the Manziel trade.
It's official, guys. Vikings are trading up. I don't know for who.
Well,
Let's go.
Trey? Well, come back in 4 years when we're still looking for a quarterback.
It's got to be Teddy, right?
Who's the best high school junior right now? Come on. Who is it?
I
don't.
Jenkins.
Sure.
Not the safety. He's a high school in New Jersey.
Good.
Watch out for this guy. Real deal.
Go, quarterback.
Huh?
Quarterback, let's go.
Done.
Wonder what they had to give up. 3?
Third rounder, get it done. Move up. Give back their third rounder that they got for Harvin.
Ready for a quarterback, says Adam Schefter. Thank you for that tremendous insight.
Well, it's better than telling them that they're getting a punter.
Too bad Ponder wasn't pro-gay marriage, so they'd get rid of him. That's a shame. That's a real shame.
Oh, that's so bad.
Well, you know it's true.
Yeah.
If Chris Cluey didn't say a goddamn thing and he was like every other punter ever, he'd still be there.
So what do you think the Vikings had to give up?
Third round pick. Simple. Done. That's it. Your second rounder and your third. So they're not going to pick until third round tomorrow. So I give zero shits about tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You use your third rounder tomorrow and your fifth. Move back up to the second. Pick a cornerback.
How are Teddy Bridgewater's small hands going to hold up outside?
I love how this is a big deal because they're playing like 2 home games in December for the next 2 years. Like, that's a big deal.
Okay, that's not bad.
Ideally, he doesn't play. Second and a fourth. All right.
Yeah, it's wow.
So they still have their 2/3. Package those 2/3 up. Tomorrow, 2 third-round picks. Get as high as you can.
What did they give up? I'm not seeing anything.
Second-round pick and a fourth.
Okay.
Fourth-round pick is 108. Get up, Bridgewater. Up.
Yep, it's Water.
I'm surprised Trax's not doing backflips. This is his guy.
This is my guy. Let's go.
You got him.
If I would have told you a year ago when Bridgewater was the #1 guy on everybody's thing, that you'd end up with him.
I'd be happy.
You'd be happy.
Ray Lewis.
That can be special, really. That can be special. Add him with Adrian Peterson. Because obviously, as we've seen, Adrian Peterson, quarterback maker. Quarterback maker. There it is.
Let's go.
Hey, this is Josh's guy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I wanted Manziel. If they couldn't get Manziel, I wanted Bridgewater. Done with the quarterback, so we don't have to waste our time with the Garoppolos and the McCarrons and the Murrays, for Christ's sake. Concentrate on that secondary now. Maybe add some depth to that defensive line. There you go. Doesn't have a big arm. I don't know. That's fine. And I'm glad that the pro day hurt him and he was terrible in it, because it doesn't matter at all. That's how goddamn stupid this whole thing is. That he dropped so much because he can't complete two receivers without the glove. Like, that matters at all, and the guy's played for 3 goddamn games.
So special, says Ray Lewis. So special.
Watch him play against Miami. That means a lot.
Oh, the MVP of the Sugar Bowl. Jeez.
That's high honors, high praise.
Now, see that defender? See that defender right there? See that defender? You see him? You see those? There are no defenders out there. Oh, that's why I don't give a shit about your pro day. Okay.
Say what you will, but damn impressive numbers at Louisville for him. I just looked him up.
That's fine.
Played the best and biggest games against his best competition. I really like the pick at the value-wise, too.
He didn't play anybody, but when he played Florida, he beat the hell out of them. So that's good to see.
72 touchdowns, 24 picks in 3 years starting. That'd take a 3-to-1 ratio any day. Almost a 70% completion percentage. It's a terrible pro day. Kept him out of the top 10.
Fine by me. That's good. For people that dumb to put anything into a pro day, they deserve that.
All right.
Ray Lewis likes him. How should I feel about that?
Ray Lewis remembers the old Matt.
No, he doesn't. I don't. I haven't paid attention, so maybe Ray Lewis has liked every guy. I'm sure he has.
You know, we talk about how big of a chip on the shoulder Manziel's going to have. What about
No. Like, he was expected to go kind of this, maybe drop to this. I mean, if the Vikings don't take him, he goes to Houston, so he's a second-round pick.
No, but I'm saying that, I mean, he was likely to be the best quarterback in football. And then, things started to just keep falling after his pro day, and even a little bit before that for rumblings. And so for him to get this chance, I think he's going to come in a little ticked.
Should not play next year. I mean, I can really see, like we said, the bad start, the 1-4, the 1-5. That's not going to be good, and that's going to fall on the quarterback. And unlike the previous quarterback, they've shown they got a pretty quick hook on this current quarterback. So somebody's gonna play early. It's gonna be Ponder, it may be Bridgewater, and it may be midseason. Thoughts on a poor early start for the Vikings, which is likely to happen, and that being the quarterback's fault, whether it is or not, and Bridgewater playing week 6, week 7.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing next season. Not to start. I would support him not playing at all in the first year if you can, but I don't see that happening. So.
But Peterson makes these quarterbacks, don't you see? He really does.
Peterson makes the quarterback.
That's why he's only played with like 1 or 2 his entire career, and not.
Eric Maynor is such a big Vikings fan.
Who?
Eric Maynor.
Is he from Minneapolis?
No.
Hey guys, how about Derek Carr to Houston tomorrow?
Awful. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be terrific. Well, that'll wrap up this shit show for tonight. 4 hours in.
Yep.
Me and Stack started it off. We called it the bullpen. Another short start for the Twin pitching staff, so we had to call in Traxler and his noodle arm from the CFL in here. Joined us, David Schottenkirk, live from Jacksonville on the Blake Bortles case. We'll be back on Sunday to just whatever the hell we're going to do on Sunday. It's terrific. The 4-hour show, we'll see how this works.
This may be the last one we do.
We might do it again next year when when the Vikings are picking second and Mariota's right there, and they'll pick them to piss me off. So we'll have Hildebrand on. We'll get his thoughts. We'll see what Drew Amon has to say on the Facebook.
Mike Miller said the Browns got to steal Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, they did.
What a shithead.
When we want NFL, we go to Mike Miller, average NBA player.
Donald Trump loves the pick too. Great.
Final thoughts. This will be remembered for a long time, for the rest of the time, as the draft that Manziel slipped through the Vikings' fingers not once, but 2 times. He's with Cleveland. We will now see if he is worth a shit or not. Final thoughts on this draft, the 2014 edition of this shit show. Marcus Traxler.
What a shit show it was. Vikings got their guy right away, then didn't get their guy, then got their guy again. Classic Vikings. All in all, the first round, I think it worked out fine. They got 2 good players, and I think Bridgewater has a lot of potential. The fact that there won't be as much of a learning curve because he played in a pro-style offense and he actually read defenses when he was in college is helpful. And I think the Vikings are better off than they would have been with Manziel, even though Manziel would have brought a lot of energy and entertaining. Bridgewater will be fine. How soon he plays, how that all will go, I have no idea. And the good thing is that Norv Turner is okay with young quarterbacks, so hopefully this will turn out okay.
N.D. Stackett.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this 2014 first round?
I think for all Vikings fans here, we're all kind of disappointed, well, except maybe Marcus, by the failure of the Vikings to pull off that trade for Manziel, but getting Bridgewater to end the first round is certainly helpful. They got a great piece in Anthony Barr. And I said it Sunday, I know this wasn't like I was making a bold prediction or anything, but I said Cleveland would be the biggest story of the first round of the draft, and they did not disappoint in Manziel. They got Justin Gilbert. I think they really did a remarkable job getting their franchise going in the right direction. And Buffalo, too. Buffalo and Jacksonville. Buffalo just hope they didn't give up too much to get Sammy Watkins, and Jacksonville better be praying that Bortles works out.
I remember a few years ago everybody said that Atlanta gave too much up to get Julio Jones. And they gave up a lot, but he's a lot better than I think anybody thought he would. A lot of people think Sammy Watkins is probably better than Julio Jones initially. So we'll see how that ends up. David Schottenkirk, final thoughts.
Pretty interesting. Some of the trades early were a shock. The Bortles pick was obviously a shock to everybody. I liked the Vikes getting Anthony Barr. They came back up and got a quarterback. That's kind of the way I had it figured out. I didn't know which one. I'll live with Teddy. We'll see what happens. I probably won't see him much this year, but hopefully it works out. Team of the draft for me is St. Louis, and it's not close. To get Greg Robinson and Aaron Donald, that is a hell of a coup that they got.
One thing that's being pointed out on the Twitter is that you got Bridgewater, who I think we all think will be a better quarterback than Ponder, 20 picks later than Ponder. So that's a little salt in the wound for how bad that pick was.
One more quick thing on Bridgewater, too. If he turns out to be very good, getting him in the first round is going to prove vital to be able to keep him down the road, too, because he'll have that fifth year right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the other thing is, and we touched on this earlier, but Manziel, Bridgewater, they're forever tied together, at least in the minds of Vikings fans, considering how close apparently the Vikings were to getting Manziel.
No second-round pick from Minnesota. They gave that up to Seattle, so I really don't care a whole lot about tomorrow's draft. They
can use their 2 third-round picks to trade up in that second round.
That would be fine with me. They pick 8th in the third round, so that's the 40th pick overall tomorrow. And what else they got? They also got the 32nd pick tomorrow. So package those two up, get up in the middle of the second round, get something done. So Bridgewater and Anthony Barr are the stories of the 2014 draft for the Minnesota Vikings. Nathan Stacken, David Schottenkirk, Marcus Straxler, I'm Travis Kriens. We'll be back on Sunday to talk more NFL draft and talk NFL draft for the final time until August. So that's been it for this 4-hour edition. I think we have to air out the Sports Lounge. We've been in it so long.
Yeah, gotta get out.
We're going to open up the windows and air out the Sports Lounge so long.